For every Filipino fan, there's one app made just for you. Watch the biggest games live. UAAP, PBA, PVL, and more on your preferred device anytime, anywhere. Go beyond the game with originals and shorts. All these and more for only $149 a month. Scan the QR code and type "Get Started" to proceed. For every Filipino fan, there's one app made just for you. Watch the biggest games live. UAAP, PBA, PVL, and more on your preferred device anytime, anywhere. Go beyond the game with originals and shorts. All these and more for only $149 a month. Scan the QR code and type "Get Started" to proceed. Live.
Good evening, PBA fans. It's Carla Lazardo Sulit welcoming you to our live chat party for the 50th season of the Commissioner's Cup. It is Game 3 of the finals between TNT and Ginebra. They are fighting for a 2-1 lead. Tabla tayo ngayon at 1-all, and both these teams are going to give it their all to get the lead here in our finals. Good evening, PBA fans. I'm Carla Lazardo Sulit of the live chat party. TNT was able to hold off a late Ginebra rally in Game 2 after the final start, eventually pulling off Ginebra. They were 1-94 wins. There were 5 teams all led by Calvin Osana's team are going to give it their all that will get the lead here in the series. Good evening, PBA fans. So let me know what you think about that game. After the final start, eventually Andrews numbers show where did TNT get the win. There were 5 supplemental points all led by Calvin Osana as well as Starter boys, starters, Sam and Ganda, here at EA. Good evening, PBA fans. Let me know what you think of the live chat party. Good evening, PBA fans. Let me know what you think of the live chat party. Good evening, PBA
You tied the series 1 win apiece. You were up by 19 going to the fourth quarter, lost the lead, but escaped with a victory. What's the conversation gonna be like in the locker room later?
About not relaxing. We kept reminding the players in the huddle when we were up by big that not to let their guards down, because we all know the caliber of a team that Ginebra has. They'll always come back. So they got some good production from their bench, from Abis, from Gray and Isaac Go. And their second unit completely outplayed our second unit again for the second game in a row. So that's the conversation that we're going to have in the dugout today. always come back. So
Now
we
let's
got
talk
some
about
good
Chris
production
McCullough.
from,
Despite
their
a rough
bench,
shooting
from
outing,
Abis,
McCullough filled up
from,
the stat sheet to
Gray
help TNT
and
tie the final
Isakbo.
series over
And,
Ginebra. He had 19
they-
points,
their
16
second unit
rebounds,
completely
4
outplayed their
assists,
second
2
unit again
steals,
for the
and 2
second game
blocks.
in a row.
Ngayon,
So,
para sa mabilis,
that's
safe
the
at sulit na
conversation
padala
that
to the
we're going to
Philippines.
have,
Download Tap Tap
in the
Send, the
dugout,
trusted remittance
today.
best friend of OFWs worldwide.
Always
This is a
come back.
digital
So,
money
we got
transfer
some
that
good
will accept
production
Shopee,
from,
Mobile
their
Banking,
bench,
e
from
wallets.
Abis,
And for the
from,
latest in the world of
Gray
sports,
and
follow my
Isakbo.
finals on YouTube, Facebook,
And,
X, Reddit, Instagram, and TikTok. Let's talk more about the game when we get back. Ngayon, para sa mabilis,
For every Filipino fan, there's one app made just for you. Watch the biggest games live. UAAP, PBA, PVL, and more on your preferred device anytime, anywhere. Go beyond the game with originals and shorts. All these and more for only $149 a month. Scan the QR code, then type "Get started" to proceed.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang na.
For every Filipino fan, there's one app made just for you. Watch the biggest games live. UAAP, PBA, PVL, and more on your preferred device anytime, anywhere. Go beyond the game with originals and shorts. All these and more for only $149 a month. Scan the QR code, then type "Get started" to proceed.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang na.
ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
For every Filipino fan, there's one app made just for you. Watch the biggest games live. UAAP, PBA, PVL, and more on your preferred device anytime, anywhere. Go beyond the game with originals and shorts. All these and more for only $149 a month. Scan the QR code and type "Get started" to proceed.
Hi everyone! Welcome back to our live chat party. Pag-usapan naman natin ang mga key players ng Barangay Ginebra last Game 2 of the final, starting with Justin Brownlee, whose efforts fell short to help Ginebra secure the win. He had 24 points, 15 rebounds, and 3 assists in that game. And he was helped by 2 local players that stepped up in Jeremiah Gray and Isaac Go. Jeremiah Gray had 13 points, 9 points in that fourth quarter run, 3 rebounds, and 5 out of 9 from the field, while Isaac Go had 10 points all in the fourth quarter, 3 rebounds, hitting 4 out of 4 from the field. Now, before the game starts, some quick shout-outs sa mga nanonood na PBA fans from abroad. Hi to Estrelita. Sabi niya, go Ginebra, good luck. I am watching here in Riyadh. Sabi naman ni Roberto, Barangay Ginebra, diehard fan since 1985 from Como, Italy. Go Ginebra for the win. So let me know your answers sa ating question of the day. Babasahin ko yan mamaya sa halftime. Which team bench will be significant dito sa game number 3? And of course, kung gusto niyo ng shoutout, just let me know your name, where you're watching from, and I will give you a shout out later on. So thank you so much for watching the game here sa ating One Sports YouTube channel. And just reminding everyone abroad, yung mga PBA fans na nanonood from other countries, if you want to send money to your family here in the Philippines, check out TapTap Send. Para sa mabilis, safe at sulit na padalove to the Philippines, download TapTap Send, the trusted remittance best friend of OFWs worldwide. And for the latest in the world of sports, please don't forget to follow One Sports on YouTube, Facebook, X, Reddit, Instagram, and on TikTok. Finals Game 3 between Barangay Ginebra and TNT is coming your way live here on our One Sports YouTube channel. It will be on in a bit.
For every Filipino fan, there's one app made just for you. Watch the biggest games live. UAAP, PBA, PVL, and more on your preferred device anytime, anywhere. Go beyond the game with originals and shorts. All these and more for only $149 a month. Scan the QR code and type "Get started" to proceed.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
For every Filipino fan, there's one app made just for you. Watch the biggest games live. UAAP, PBA, PVL, and more on your preferred device anytime, anywhere. Go beyond the game with originals and shorts. All these and more for only $149 a month. Scan the QR code and type "Get started" to proceed.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
For every Filipino fan, there's one app made just for you. Watch the biggest games live. UAAP, PBA, PVL, and more on your preferred device anytime, anywhere. Go beyond the game with originals and shorts. All these and more for only $149 a month. Scan the QR code and type "Get started" to proceed. For every Filipino fan, there's one app made just for you. Watch the biggest games live. UAAP, PBA, PVL, and more on your preferred device anytime, anywhere. Go beyond the game with originals and shorts. All these and more for only $149 a month. Scan the QR code and type "Get started" to proceed.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
For every Filipino fan, there's one app made just for you. Watch the biggest games live. UAAP, PBA, PVL, and more on your preferred device anytime, anywhere. Go beyond the game with originals and shorts. All these and more for only $149 a month. Scan the QR code and type "Get started" to proceed.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
For every Filipino fan, there's one app made just for you. Watch the biggest games live. UAAP, PBA, PVL, and more on your preferred device anytime, anywhere. Go beyond the game with originals and shorts. All these and more for only $149 a month. Scan the QR code and type "Get started" to proceed. For every Filipino fan, there's one app made just for you. Watch the biggest games live. UAAP, PBA, PVL, and more on your preferred device anytime, anywhere. Go beyond the game with originals and shorts. All these and more for only $149 a month. Scan the QR code and
We're going to see how these two teams make their major adjustments as they continue to rise and go on for gold and glory. Heading all the way to the basket. Oh, what a spin! And a basket maker, Sabang foul down in the corner. Kabang!
Motivated kami na manalo this game para matay namin yung series.
Yes, yes, yes. Abarientos. And the second is scramble! Caught it. Avis was down to the air, lost control. He lost control. TNT is tied up the series at 1 game apiece.
That's a basketball adage. Great offense is always going to beat great defense.
That shows that both coaches are making adjustments.
Yeah, they are. The winner will try to stop the 2-1 lead in the series. Close and tight all the way.
Tanghali pa lang, nagdagsaan na ang mga PBA fans sa Mall of Asia at pagdating ng hapon, nagsimula ng pumila para makapasok dito sa arena. Bakit nga ba? Game 3 na ng 2026 PBA Commissioners Cup Finals. The PBA fans have come out by the thousands once again. Bakit hindi? Napakaganda nung unang dalawa. Game 1, etong Barangay Ginebra lumamang ng 18 just to blow it near the end. Pero nagkaroon ng Magic Brownlee moment na naman sa Smart Araneta. Pagdating ng game number 2, TNT naman ang umarangkada ng maaga, pero ang Barangay Ginebra nag-threaten to be back within 4 late in that one. But steady free throws saved the day para dito sa Tropang 5G, kaya tabla ang ating serye sa 1-1. Game 3 na nga po, live on RPTV, powered by Sports 5. Ito ang finals ng ating 2026 PBA Commissioner's Cup. At huwag kayong mag-alala, Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao. Kahit na nandito na naman si Dominic Uy na ating makakakwentuhan, meron tayong pambawi sa inyo. 50 greatest player lang naman ang ating makakagitnaan. Coach Jeff Carriazo, a 12-time champion, 8 as a player, 4 as an assistant coach. Welcome back to the finals, Coach.
Wow, so happy to be here, Magoo. Thank you for having me. Dom, pleasure to be with you again. Game 3. Excitement, right? I see the fans, I see the players. I'm just happy to be here.
And you also see Dom beside you, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay lang.
Coach, I will thank you in advance already for being right there. But, you know, we were talking about it, Coach Jeff. You know, being in this atmosphere, being in this setup, Game 3 of the finals, fantastic to be in this. But let's take a look back at game number 2. Game number 2 was to even out this series. What a game by TNT. We saw them be able to adjust right from the start. They got a 7-point victory right there, 101-94. You look at the field goals though, even if they only made 69 attempts, but they made 33 of them. And then they went to the free throw line a lot as compared to Barangay Ginebra. Perimeter points, 47-35. But this is where it all started. In that first quarter, 27 points for TNT. That's not a whole lot, but they held down Barangay Ginebra to just 12 points. You talk about the offense and the defense playing both ends of the floor.
Spectacular nga yung defense, especially in that first quarter. But spearheading the attack, Coach Jeff, was this man, Calvin Oftana, the 2020 third overall pick. He came up with a gem of a ball game.
He surely did. You know, he set the tone. This is what TNT needed for this game. It was a perfect time for him to reach his conference high at 31 points. Right from the beginning, you see him very aggressive, going to the basket and shooting threes. Exactly like what you said TNT needed. You could tell by just his attempts. Field goals, he was 11 for 18 at game 2. He was 5 for 10 from the three-point line. And then when you shoot well, when you score, your defense becomes better and you rebound better. Him having 10 rebounds was nothing for him.
Kaya naman talaga napakaganda ng pinakita neto ni Oftana dahil parang nag-backup lang yung import nila. Chris McCullough, of course, we know he's a replacement import. He's a former champion, but he is starting to look more and more, he's starting to look better and better in the fit with the Tropang 5G.
He really is. So I think compared to game 1, game 2, he was very aggressive. And again, he set the tone. Let's see if he could back that up again in game 3 and start the same way. He didn't shoot as many attempts. He attempted 21 times compared to game 1, 23. But it looked like just watching him was in the flow. He was being aggressive and he was taking the shots that he knows he can make.
And to get even more input from the camp ng TNT Tropang 5G, sali natin sa ating kwentuhan si Miss Eileen Shi.
Magoo, Dom and Coach Jeff, magandang gabi sa inyo. Para kay Coach Yuri Escueta, ang naging susi sa kanilang huling panalo was being able to manage Ginebra's catch-and-shoot opportunities early on. Ibinida nga ni Coach Yuri kung paano nila kinalahati ang assist ng Barangay, 30 in Game 1. Pero in Game 2, naging 15 na lang ito. Maliban dito, he also liked the way they lessened Ginebra's turnover points alongside their improved perimeter defense, recognizing shooters early on, then closing out long. Pero ika nga niya, 23 of the 35 points of Ginebra in the fourth quarter of their last game came from their bench. Kaya naman ang sigaw niya, coming into today, importanteng mamatch namin ang kanilang energy, bench to bench. Balik sa inyo.
Yun naman talaga ang nakita natin mula sa TNT. Back in game number 2, tignan natin how Barangay Ginebra will bounce back from that. Justin Brownlee, he has been a steady force through the last decade para dito kina Coach Tim.
Well, you talk about consistency. You talk about him being able to make big shot after big shot. You talk about him coming back. Ilang taon na siya dito sa PBA? 10 taon na. Pero ganun pa din ang pinapakita ng Justin Brownlee. Mapa semis, mapa regular season, mapa finals, Justin Brownlee is always there to make plays. And I'm not talking about just scoring, whether he's passing, making that big shot, making that great pass, him helping out defensively, being the leader para dito sa Barangay Ginebra. Tignan mo yung numero niya from semis into the finals. Parang bumaba ng bahagya, di ba? 6 less points in the finals, 4% less from the field, 0.3 dun sa rebounds, 0.7 para dun sa assist. In game number 2, more or less the same. Pero umangat yung kanyang rebounds, 3 assists. But you know that he is always deadly. Alam mo, pag binigyan mo ng bola yan at kailangan mo ng puntos, makakapuntos si Justin Brownlee.
Nagsimula yang si Brownlee sa PBA, sina Tenorio pa ang nakakasabayan. And then it morphed into Scotty Thompson. But this season, Coach Jeff and Dominic, etong si RJ Abariento, sinasabi na nga na presumptive BPC. He has taken over the mantle para sa Barangay Ginebra.
RJ Abarientos, remember when he first started, he was coming off the bench. Kaya madaming points off the bench itong Barangay Ginebra. Pero ngayon, nagsa-start na si RJ. And why not? Because hindi mo na mapigilan ang kanyang ginagawa. When he's on the floor, he is always a threat. Look at the numbers. Game 1 and Game 2, 24-21, more or less the same. But in game number 2, 5 3-point shots, 63%. No fours. He had 2 in game number 1. That's why they ended up winning that ball game. 3 assists only in game number 2, pero 14 points in the second half. Remember in game number 2, Ginebra made a comeback in the third and the fourth quarter, largely led by RJ Abarientos. Pero hindi na pa pwedeng ganun ang simula ulit nitong Barangay Ginebra if they want to get game number 3.
So eto nga pong Barangay Ginebra looking to bounce back and reclaim control of this race to 4 for more. Mula sa kampo nila Coach Tim, balik tayo kay Miss Aileen.
Gentlemen, nagkabaliktad nga ang mga pangyayari in the last game as Barangay Ginebra opened the game with just 12 points. But more than the scoring, ang pinunan ni Coach Richard Del Rosario is how stagnant their offense was, having only 3 assists in the first quarter and none in the second. Ika nga niya, we didn't respond well to the changing of the matchups at hindi din nakatulong that our starters lacked the energy to compete. The only welcome sign was their bench not giving up on the game. Kaya naman today, ang hinihingi ni Coach Chard is minimizing the disruption of the mismatch by paying more attention to Calvin and RR at the post. Balik sa inyo.
Coach Jeff, you are very familiar with both of these multi-titled coaches. Alam na alam mo yung mga discarding ganito pagdating na series.
Excuse me, I've been blessed to be able to play under these two. What you love about them is just their ability to just get guys ready each and every game. Doesn't matter if you're coming from a loss, doesn't matter if you're coming from a win, they really get their guys ready and they're smart in the way they're doing it.
How about this guy, the former MVP, 2021 Most Valuable Player? We saw a dip in his scoring, Dom. Pero yung the rest of it, except for the assists, halos steady naman.
Halos steady naman, pero yung assist ang talagang inaasahan mo dito kay Scotty Thompson. You want him to be able to contribute dun sa lahat ng departamento on the statistics, right? And you expect him in game number 3. He is the leader now of Barangay Ginebra. You expect him to come up big right from the start. Nakita na natin yun. Pag kailangan nila ng laro, maganda ang simula ng isang Scotty Thompson. When I say maganda, he is aggressive, whether he's going to the basket, going for that fast break, taking those threes. But makikita mo parang nag-iibang gear na.
If I can include also just from our good friend Fidel, Scotty is 2 points away from 5,000 points.
Wow.
So for sure, he'll be able to celebrate that at least today.
He is definitely a former 2-time finals MVP. He's one of those guys who knows what needs to get done in a crucial game like this. Welcome everybody to Inside the Mall of Asia Arena. Ito na nga po ang Game 3. Tabla ang ating serye, 1 game apiece. Who reclaims control? Live na live pa rin tayo dito sa RBTV, powered by Sports 5 as we meet the starters.
Good evening, PBA fans, and welcome to Game 3 of the PBA Commissioner's Cup Finals. It's time to meet the starters for both teams. First from your Barangay Ginebra San Miguel. Starting at center from Sasmuan, Pampanga, number 25, Japet Aguilar. At forward is Barangay Ginebra's import, number 32, Noiti, Justin Brownlee. The other forward from Angeles City, Pampanga, number 14, Stephen Holt. At guard from Davao del Sur, number 9, Scotty Thompson. And also at guard from Naga City, number 4, RJ Abarientos. Head coach of Barangay Ginebra is Tim Cone. And now let's meet the starting 5 for your
TNT Tropang 5G. Starting it forward from La Union, number 45, Brandon Ganuelas Rosser. The other forward from Talisay, Cebu, number 16, R.R. Pagoy. At center is TNT's import, number 5, Chris McCullough. Head guard from Tondo, Manila, number 15, Jordan Heading. And also at guard from Dumaguete, number 8, Calvin Altana. Head coach of the Tropang 5G is Chuck Reyes. Game officials are Ronald Ruta,
Referees for tonight will be Gruta, Montoya, Tantay, and Ali. Both coaches going with familiar faces. Jordan Heading back in the starting unit para dito sa TNT. But Dom and Coach Jeff, although Japet has been starting again, he's been averaging less than 10 minutes of action here in the final so far.
Well, you look at that, you can see that he's still not yet 100%. But you expect him just to be there. So tinitimpla, they start him out, they see what he can get going, and then trying to see what kind of shape he's in. You know he's got a lot of mileage already. Pero alam mo naman, si Japet Aguilar can give you easily 8 to 10 points off those little passes and off those little jumpers.
So here we go. Game 3, live from the MOA Arena. It is Japet jumping it up contra dito kay Brandon Ganuelas Rosser. Ball is up and in play. Game 3 of the finals is back on.
Well, Coach Steph, TNT starting out to Jordan Heading again. Same as game number 2. He really gave them a lift as well.
He really did. So ending the semis, I know he had that one great game to lift him, past the semis against Morocco. So, he deserves to be out there. I want him to be more aggressive, if you ask me.
Corner 3 mula kay Oftana. Doesn't work. Scotty bothering Rosser to get that rebound over to Japet. Stephen Holt, he's been absent offensively in terms of scoring para kina-coach him in the final so far. No field goal just yet. Let's see if he can get it tonight. Japet trying to get it from Scotty. They could not connect. Heading straight away. Opens up the scoring.
One good thing about Jordan is he takes the shots that are presented to him. He doesn't force anything. Very smart player. Like I said earlier, sometimes you need to, shoot more. Be more aggressive. You're shooting that high of a percentage, why not?
I remember against Morocco, there was one game he made 7 3-point shots.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Scotty penetrates. Di kumapit yung Pectus. McCullough gets it over to Heading.
But look at Ginebra getting down right away, preventing that transition.
Pogoy at the post. Inatake si RJ. Just rims out para dito kay Roger Ray.
That's one thing in the TNT offensive playbook is really finding their wings in the post and looking to attack, the wings and the guards of Ginebra.
Scotty over to Holt. On the move. Steven drops it off. Japet with the jam to get Ginebra on the board.
Just know exactly where Japet was. Nakita niya, he helped itong depensa ng TNT. That little bounce pass, easy 2 points.
McCullough will pull up. The 16-footer doesn't work. And it is Holt who marches up to the 4 para dito sa Ginebra. Holt wants better spacing. They want JB to post up. Oftana trying to deny. JB gets his hands on it. First touch. He goes across. Scotty looking at Japet, puts it on the deck. JB from the elbow forces it up and out. Rebound na kanino. It is picked up by Oftana. Scotty in the backcourt, 5-on-4. Ganuelas flashes.
That's rare when you see Ginebra just not on the same page defensively in transition. You mentioned it earlier, Dom. They get back well, and then once their defense is set, it really makes it difficult for teams to score on them.
RJ drops it off. Japet loses control.
Seems like TNT a little bit quicker here at the start of the game number 3.
Heading, looking at Calvin. Oftana off the glass, rims out again. Oftana thought he was hit on the lip. Looks at the refs. Action will continue. Scotty surveys, gets it over to RJ. Pogoy all over Abarientos here. JB, 3 to shoot. He's got to take it. Passes it up. Holt rims it in. First field goal of the 2026 finals para kay Stephen.
That's going to make him feel good. You know, we know Holt as a defensive player. He's someone you can rely on. That's going to make him feel good and be more aggressive.
Also one of those guys that you want him to be a little bit more aggressive in the first shot.
He was 0 for 5 through the first 2 games, Coach Jeff and Dom. Talking about Holt, back to back.
There it is. See, now that rim, you know, becomes like the ocean when you're shooting. So, you know, you expect him to have a little bit more lift on his feet right now defensively. So yeah, good for him. You know, if there's a heading for TNT, there's a hold for Ginebra that needs to stay aggressive.
And for sure, the coaching staff spoke to him about it, that he needs to be able to take shots to be able to get out of that 0 and 5.
3-point shot na to at sa atin ang Arena Plus Sportsbook. 7-5 is the score. Ginebra by 2. Heading, sizing up JB. They go to McCullough. He dumps it in. Hindi na binaba ni Brandon yan.
That's like an alley-oop. A great pass there by McCullough.
So TNT doing a real good job finding the open guy, not settling for a good shot and trying to find a better shot.
Twice over now, Chris McCullough has hesitated from taking a 3. He is 0 for 10 so far through the first 2 games of the finals.
Oh, maybe that's why. So, you know, right now it's not about, you know, him scoring. It's about the team scoring. I think he understands that. But like I said, last game, what I liked about Chris McCullough is he was aggressive. Went to the basket, took shots, and you know, when you're in the finals, you're an import. You got to be able to produce.
Game tied at 7 with 7:22 on the first quarter clock. Aguilar will hand it off. Scotty swings to the left. Holt looking at Japet. No, he takes the 3.
There it is, 3 for 3.
Oh, what a great start for Stephen Holt.
And TNT coughs it up. JB on the run. That's going to be a reach and foul whistled on Heading. Stephen Holt starting out like a house on fire here. He rimmed in the first, pero yung sunod na dalawa ringless na.
Well, I'm surprised that Heading actually gave him enough space to be able to take that shot after making 2.
Timeout muna tayo with under 7 remaining in the first. Hatid sa atin to ng Solaire Online. Play the game your way on the Solaire Online Sportsbook.
Our official game partner, Daily Fantasy. Our official fantasy game, Pocari Sweat. Our official iron supply drink, Molten.
Back inside the Mall of Asia Arena kung saan tatlo ang abante ng Barangay Ginebra. How about this blitzing start coming from Stephen Holt?
Yeah, he's looking really good. You can tell that first shot, seeing it go in, improved his confidence. And right now, he's looking to be aggressive, and that's what you like to see.
So it wasn't Scotty Thompson to start out here for Barangay Ginebra, but if you're Ginebra, you'll take it. Doesn't matter who it is, but we saw Scotty's number dip in game number 2. Stephen Holt, game 1 and game 2, not yet there, right? So 0-5 for the first 2 games. Has taken 3 shots already, has made all 3 from the 3-point area.
Coming off that timeout, it is going to be Abarientos who gets it over to Brownlee. JB dumps it in. RJ out to Scotty. Heading, taps it. But Scotty out-hustles everybody. JB from deep.
Offensive rebounds always lead to a three-pointer. That time it led to a four-pointer. Open shot, you know Brownlee's going to knock it down.
Well, we talked about the start, right? How Ginebra did not start out well in game number 2. Right. Very different here in game number 3.
Only at 12 points in the first quarter of game 2. They've got 14 right now as Pogoy stops the bleeding para dito sa Tropang 5G.
Now, you talk about 12 points, and aside from that, in the first 2 quarters, they only had 3 assists. They mentioned it also that they got so stuck dun sa mga matchups, and they were trying to attack those matchups, not moving the ball.
Scotty glides in. And it is back to a 7-point lead.
So last time down the court, TNT staying with their game plan, just looking at the post. Right now, again, Pogoy versus Scotty. It's an advantage for him.
Heading, gives it up. Oftana thought about the 3, drives closer. Stripped away by RJ.
That's good hands by RJ. You know, when you're about 6'4" like that, you're guarded by a 5'10" guy, you got to be careful on your way up. They like
they're always going to strip it.
Just like his uncle. Just like his uncle.
Another one for Stephen Holt.
Man, he's feeling good. I'm sure he's already thinking, you know, wish we could play the next few games here in Moa Arena.
2 4-point shots for Barangay Ginebra and 3 3-point shots.
Thompson directing traffic. Brownlee, they clear out the entire left side for him. JB in trouble, goes to the familiar fadeaway, and Barangay Ginebra has taken control of game 3.
So they're taking a page from TNT, finding the mismatches. Brownlee against anybody in the post is always a mismatch, so you cannot deny that.
Stephen Holt, though, he is a man on a mission.
Man on a mission and man on fire right now. We talked about him not being present in game 1 and game 2. He heard us and he's saying he's present in game number 1. Another guy who's present, Justin Brownlee.
Timeout muna tayo. Nahatid sa atin ang Solaire Online. Play the game your way on the Solaire Online Sportsbook. Kanina lang tabla tayo sa 7 puntos, but Barangay Ginebra has unleashed a 15-2 run, and they've got 7 assists on 8 made field goals so far. Napakaaga pa dito sa game 3, Coach Jeff.
Yeah, you know, they're setting the tone, and that's one thing I think they want to establish. There's a lot of basketball left, but if you notice, first 2 games, Ginebra set the tone early, they won. Second game, Talking Tech set the tone early, they won. So we'll see if this tone is going to be able to get them another win today.
Nambata gives it up to McCullough. They're trying to find a way to break their silence. C-Mac looking to take over. Jump hook, no good. Nambata keeps it there. McCullough hurt his shoulder. 3-ball mula kay Pogoy e pasok.
Off that post play, McCullough ran into the chin of Justin Brownlee.
Rosario off the bench. Will lob it in. JB does the rest.
That's just too easy. Miscommunication there on the defense.
Well, let's see if they run that a little bit more, because you get McCullough out there guarding a guy, and then you get that high-low action. Yeah, no one's stopping Justin there in the post.
McCullough kicks. Pogoy for 4. No go. Si Kelly Williams, pinasok na rin pala ni Coach Chot. It is Abarientos who will look to feed Troy. Rosario's got Pogoy on him. They back it out. Holt. Got to look for the opening. 60 shoot. Holt from deep. Punches it through.
He's still on fire.
Wow.
So he's feeling really good. You could tell. He dancing with the ball a little bit that time. Putting it up. Great shot, Steve.
15 of the 27 points, Coach.
Pretty amazing. Yeah, good start for him.
3 for 3 from deep and a 4-pointer as well. Yung isa pala niya kanina, dos lang na
Dos lang ba na stepping?
Na-stepping pa yung isa. Pero 15 ang nabate rito ng Ginebra. 27-12. Thompson going to Troy. Nahuli si ng Batak, nakakapit kay Rosario.
Kaya naman pala nag 4 points siya.
Binawi.
Diba?
And with exactly 3 minutes remaining in the opening quarter, mandatory timeout na to para sa Barangay Ginebra. Lamang sila dito ng 15. 27-12. This 3-pointer hatid pa rin sa atin ng Arena Plus Sportsbook. Stephen Holt has lit up the MOA Arena on this Sunday night on RPTV. He's a perfect 5 for 5 from the field so far. This again, after not scoring a single field goal and only having just 1 point through the first 2 games.
Well, you gotta love how he came out aggressive. That off the first shots na binigay sa kanya, tinira niya agad. He's got 15 points already. And what you gotta love about Barangay Ginebra, Coach, we talked about the assists, right? They only had 3 in the first 2 quarters in game number 2. Pero ngayon, 8 assists na itong Barangay Ginebra. Also with 4 steals in the game.
Rosario working against McCullough. Looking for Brownlee. Away from play na. Huli si Pogoy. Nakakapit sa shorts ni JB.
Yeah, you see that they're doing it again. They're looking for that high-low action. McCulloch is guarding Troy, so when Troy's out there, he's a threat to shoot, so you got to be close to him. If not, he's trying to dump it into Brownlee for that high-low.
Abarrientos wiggles free.
Recognition that it was Kelly Williams in front of him. He's got the speed advantage.
Yeah.
That's a 17-point lead now. But if there's one thing that the series has taught us so far, no lead has been safe. Game 1, Ginebra led by 18. Natunaw yan near the end. Before nga, yung heroics ni JB. Pagdating ng Game 2, TNT led by as many as 22. Saw it cut to 4 near the end of that one before those 3 crucial free throws to put the game away para sa TNT. Nice alley-oop connection there para sa Tropang 5G.
I want to point out, really good dig that time by Troy Rosario, forcing McCulloch to pick up that basketball.
Under 2 remaining in this first quarter. Brownlee, kontra dito kay Pugoy. How do you stop that, Coach Jeff?
You really can't. So Ginebra San Miguel knows that that's their advantage. Troy Rosario is doing a good job in keeping McCulloch busy. So when you have Justin versus Pogoy or any local, that's a bucket.
You're a 4-time all-defensive team member, and you just said you just can't.
Yeah,
you need help.
There comes a time. Yeah.
Kaya nga defensive team.
Correct. And remember, the key word there is always limit.
Yeah.
You have to limit him, not stop him. You have to limit him.
Pogoy will troop over to the bench. Back on the floor now is Jordan Herring. Si Castro nga pala, pumasok na kanina para kay Oftana. The blur. Looking to take control, gives it up to Stingray. Had a nice game 2 for himself as well, but comes up short here. Machine Gun Kelly keeps it there. Heading Bebuelo. Jordan for 3. No go. McCulloch with a big board. Stingray drops it off, heading inside.
Good dish that time by Rain Ambata. Let's see if Barangay Ginebra goes again to Justin Brown.
Ralph Gu now part of the 5 para kina Coach Tim. RJ couldn't pull the trigger just yet. Brownlee posting up on heading. JB looks up at the clock and reads 5. Dumps it in for the reverse by Troy.
I was going to say, it could be that TNT is forcing Barangay Ginebra to go to that post 1-on-1. At least they don't move that basketball. But that time, because of that late help of TNT, Brownlee finding his open teammate.
Pwede mag-last shot dito Barangay Ginebra if they want it. But they got space to run. The floater, the RJ is good.
Right now, everything clicking for Ginebra San Miguel. They're getting stopped. They're running out. And they're getting layups.
Castro looking for the better angle here. Jason, atras, abante. The flip does not work, and that'll do it for the first 12. What a quarter para sa Barangay Ginebra San Miguel.
You gotta love how they were aggressive. They knew they had to start out well. They knew they needed to take shots that they maybe were not taking in the first 2 games. Stephen Holt lighting it up in the first quarter. What a quarter it has been for him. 15 for him and 10 for Justin Brownlee. Total of 35 for Barangay Ginebra.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang na.
at the end of the first quarter, Justin Brownlee and Stephen Hall combined for 25 of the 35 first quarter points of Barangay Ginebra. How are you looking to defend these two players with hot shooting?
With better focus. It's very uncharacteristic for us at the start of the ball game to not really be executing our defensive rules. They had a lot of easy baskets through our defensive mistakes. We have to get back to our schemes so that we can defend better.
Thank you so much, Coach Josh Reyes. Gentlemen, back to you.
Maraming salamat, Miss Eileen and Coach Josh Reyes ng TNT. Aside from that, yung duo naman who did damage in Game 2 para sa Tropang 5G, Oftana and McCullough have only combined for 2 points. McCullough 1 of 3 shooting. Calvin Oftana 0 for 2 so far.
Yeah, they need to step it up just a little bit more. Like I said, what I liked about McCullough being able to have opportunities the first 2 games is they were finding him on the roll. So he'll set screens and he has the ability to be able to pop and shoot the ball or roll. So they're not finding him yet so far this game, and for me, that's one way of getting involved.
Oftana and McCullough are joined on the floor by Galinato, Herring, and Castro. There's McCullough. That's that boost to stick.
Especially if it's Jeremiah Gray there. That should be a good matchup for TNT.
Ginebra naman will feature etong sina Brownlee. Gray, as Dom mentioned, nandiyan si Scotty who feeds Koo down low with Troy Rosario completing the 5. Ginebra's got 10 assists on 14 made field goals. Scotty gusto magsariling sigat. Sasali niya si Troy. 11 assists on 15 made field goals. That was a triple from Troy.
You know, one of the reasons why these 2 teams are in the finals is because they always look for each other. You know, whenever they're in a tough spot, they look for each other. They don't try to force anything. They understand that every possession there has to be a good shot. And, you know, these guys are knocking it down.
McCullough, pull up Jay. That's good. He's got 4 of his 6 early in the second frame.
That's 2 in a row from him.
Yeah, if you're TNT, you just want to be able to get back a little closer. 2 points, 3 points after possession. That's what you want to be able to do. But Barangay Ginebra, everything is going well for them. Talking about going well, field goal shooting in the first quarter. Take a guess for Barangay Ginebra. 78%. Wow.
Amazing.
That's close to 80.
Yeah, let's see if they can sustain it.
Coach Jeff. That's already the start, huh?
Yeah.
Akala ko hindi re-react si Coach Jeff. Oh, but McCullough's starting to heat up here, Coach Jeff.
Yeah, you gotta love it because he understands. You know, they're down, and everyone's looking at him to jumpstart maybe a run, and he's doing a good job being aggressive, hitting shots.
They dodge a bullet there with a running hook. McCullough again.
There you go.
Doesn't work. Oftana, though, keeps it there. The blur. Loses control.
5th steal. For Barangay Ginebra.
JB actually left his feet with no target. And the tie-up by Jason there on Scotty. Nagulat si Brownlee, biglang sumulpat si Castro, you know?
Yeah, you don't see that a lot by Justin. Normally, you could trust him bringing the ball down and being in control, initiating offense.
Let's take a look at this Silyado defense of the game brought to us by Pioneer Elastoseal. Silyado ang bubong, anumang panahon. It is Jason versus Scotty. 5-time VPC versus a 1-time MVP.
Am I correct? This is the first time in the series that we're seeing Galinato.
Yes, sir. Galinato was not fielded in the first 2 games of this. And Coach Chuck is in the middle of the floor here, Dom and Coach Jeff.
Yeah, I think he felt like with that penetration drive by Galinato, he was fouled going to the basket. That's what he's complaining about right now.
We're going to need to see this again. Coach Shot really livid on that sideline.
Mukha ng alarm yung relos ni Coach Shot. Tumaas yung BP.
You checked on it, right?
Yeah. Another look at this. Galinato outrunning Koo there.
Yeah.
That's a foul.
That's no question.
Well, the problem is really when you're running on a fast break, if you're the referees, sometimes that angle is difficult.
Right. So...
And you can't challenge a non-call.
That's true, and that's a real good point. So
And now Coach Tim and Coach Richard, as well as Coach Olsen, are on the floor as well. Kasi pinapa-challenge nga ng TNT. And you guys are, mentioned it. There was no whistle on it. It was just out of bounds, but it is being challenged. So they're challenging the out of bounds to see if there was a foul.
Well, there was no call on the play, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if you're able to challenge. So just the out of bounds play. So I guess you can. So right now we're waiting to see there. Well, what you like to see is, again, it's a strategy of coaches. You see one blowing up, you kind of want to step in there also, and you set the tone also. So it's a little fair.
Head coach challenge ito hatid sa atin ng Arena Plus, the official game partner of the PBA and the #1 sportsbook in the Philippines.
Because there was no call, right? There
Out of
was no
bounds.
foul. It's out of bounds, yeah. I actually thought Coach Tim was complaining that they did not give Coach Chot a tee. Because he stormed into the court.
He was on the court.
Yeah.
I think the referees now have a decision. Let's take a listen.
After ng review, ang call na out of bounds ay mag-i-stay. There's no illegal contact on Isaac Go. Therefore, ang challenge ng talk and test is not successful.
So are they saying naunang na-strip yung bola bago tamaan yung braso?
Well, you know, when you look at it in our view, it really looks like he had all arm. And that's why he lost the ball. But again, a good point, Bound, like you said earlier, if the referee did not see it, he wasn't in position.
I mean, you're running.
It's going to be hard for him to
You're
call.
trying to outrun, right? Taller, quicker guys as well. So, you know, the angle may be difficult.
You know what that produces, though? No more challenges for TNT the rest of the way. 40-24, matamis na 16 ang abante ng Ginebra.
I think, though, that challenge was more of trying to prove a point.
And I think they were confident that they were going to get it, you know. So,
but there was no call.
Right.
The call was just out of bounds.
Right.
So TNT, after that foul from Go, will set up this attack. McCullough to heading. Catch and shoot three. Jordan misses. That's going to be a foul on Koo.
You know,
or is it on Go? Or Troy?
One of those guys. But, you know, you got to give credit to that young guy, Galinato, going out there just battling.
So it was on Troy. I was correct on the third try. There's only 5 guys there.
Hindi. Siya kasi Go kasi 11. Di ba? Nakita mo yung number 1.
So we're back to live action. Ralph Koo will clear it for the red shirts.
To me, this is a crucial point for both teams. Emotions are high. If Ginebra can continue playing the way they are, increasing the lead.
Grabe yung iskisan dun sa poste. Scotty couldn't deliver that deuce though.
Gotta love how Jordan Heading did not try and get that charge.
McCullough. Pull-up jumper on top of Isaac. It ends up with Heading. Back to C-Mac for the two-handed throwdown.
That's going to be tough to stop. So, again, offensive rebound leading to something good.
That's something I see when I pass by the South Superhighway when the planes just...
It's jumping over, right? Yeah.
Thompson from that left wing. PBA great. Castro right on him on the three-point line. Maya forces up the three. Doesn't work. Rebound picked up by Calvin. Pitches it out. The blur. Lets Rosario fly by. And TNT is back within 12.
Yeah, he saw Troy sneaking there and sprinting, you know. He's not the young Jason anymore, so he knows how to slow down and just wait for him to kind of pass by, and I'm just going to lay it up.
Ito ang ating panalo play of the game so far natin sa atin ang TNT. We got a timeout from Coach Tim with 7:47 remaining in this first half. Timeout na to atin sa atin ang Solaire Online. Play the game your way on the Solaire Online Sportsbook.
Taas kamay! Para sa mabilis, safe at sulit na padalove to the Philippines, download TapTapSend, the trusted remittance best friend of OFWs worldwide, and get an additional $20 on your first send. Put 'em up! Dito naman tayo! Let's go!
Diretso na sa Gcash, may alam ko dance. I-tap-tap-send mo na yan.
Meron pa mga ka-PBA, taas ka ba?
And tira no more. I-tap-tap-send mo na yan. Tap-tap-send. Every play, you can make your winning bet with the action right here in your hand. Play the game your way.
With TNT on the uprising, Coach Tim Cone has brought back Stephen Holt, a guy who exploded for 15 in the first quarter. He teams up with Brownlee, Abarientos, Aguilar, and Scotty Thompson. Once again, that's the same starting unit para sa Barangay Ginebra San Miguel. Holt for three. He's still hot here in Game 3.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. So you see it in his eyes. He's really aggressive and he's feeling really good.
Galinato hands it off to Octana. Calvin going to work here. Turnaround jumper. No, there's a whistle on the rebound play.
Just like that, after that timeout, you like how Barangay Ginebra responded.
Take another look at this triple once again mula kay Stephen. Atid pa rin sa atin ng Arena Plus Sportsbook.
You know, what's pretty crazy is it's not as if it's an open shot. You know, he's making his shots with a challenge in his face. So, you know, let's see if he can continue with this.
5 minutes into the second quarter. RJ no look to JB. Back-to-back threes para sa Ginebra.
Real simple driving kick. You know, what I love about watching the finals is just guys are making shots. You know, everyone 1 to 12 are making shots.
Galinato trying to clean this up. Foul whistled on him.
23 perimeter points for Barangay Ginebra in the first quarter. And that's continuing here in the second. After that three by Brownlee and that three by Stephen Holt.
18-point lead once again para sa Barangay Ginebra San Miguel. As we get this report from Eileen.
Gentlemen, in an effort to get their offense going, dalawang ball screens ang hinihingi ni Coach Chot Reyes in the latest huddle. Ika nga niya, I need a high screen from C-Mac, then Henry to help with the handoff. We have to roll hard and remember, no turnovers if we want to get close. Balik sa inyo.
Thank you, Miss Eileen. So titignan natin if TNT can execute just that. They force a 24-second shot clock violation here.
That's a good stop by TNT. So they need to be able to get stops and focus there because we always know that defense will create your offense. Let's see where they go now in this possession.
McCullough will it back Brownlee. He hesitates. Heading, quick trigger. No.
Heading usually is better when he's stepping towards the basket and taking it, that three-point shot.
That's a good point.
Heading so far, shooting just 1 for 4 from that three-point line.
One thing I noticed just with the 2 plays that just happened, you see the penetration earlier by McCulloch, right? Absorbing the bump by Brownlee, but not finishing. The difference with Brownlee now in reverse is he's taking that bump and he keeps going and keeps attacking the basket.
Brownlee at the line. That free throw is brought to us by McDonald's. Love Koto. Young Brownlee and Daddy Brownlee in the building as well for game 3. Oh, that's his brother Stanley and his son, Jay, his other son. Kasi naalala mo nung, was it the quarterfinals or late prelims, we had his older son. 20-point lead now para sa Ginebra. 48-28. Largest for this evening. McCullough lost his dribble. It's going to be a foul on Scotty. Brandon Rosser back in para may kandidato. Oftana 0 for 4 from the field. Ang layo so far ng performance niya as compared to game 2. Heading dives in. Wild shot, no. McCullough trails him for the follow.
You like how he's able to follow that basketball and get that offensive rebound.
Holt to the cup. The seaman.
You know, what I'm liking is just on both ends, just seeing guys and the 2 teams, there's no wasted energy. There's no wasted movements. Everyone knows exactly where their teammates are at, making good passes, and when it's your turn to shoot, you shoot.
Locked in.
Locked in.
Brownlee trying to get around Oftana. And he eludes the help defense from McCullough.
17 points now for Justin Brownlee. Coach Jeff, that's what you were saying. He's taking the bumps, but he's finishing.
Right.
Unlike McCullough, he's actually, once he takes that bump, he's actually trying to look for a pass.
Right. So
McCullough for 3. Punches it through.
See, that's a strength of this. So, you know, Brownlee's going to be closer to him next time. But yeah, exactly to what you were saying earlier. You got to be able to absorb that bump. You're taller than Justin. So absorbing that bump and being able to finish, that should be nothing new for you.
That's the first triple of the finals for McCullough. But he was lost on defense on the other side. And Chapin just threw it down his head.
Lost his footing there. Seemed like McCullough slipped. Oh, ended up stepping on the foot of Scotty Thompson, losing his balance.
Yeah. Ginebra by 19. McCullough trying to go back to back. Pogoy stole the rebound. Oftana still stuck in a rut here. That was his best look all night, though.
It was. So, you know, again, you scored 31 points. You score your conference high last game. You know the other team's Ginebra's gonna pay attention to you come game 3.
Thompson leaves it. Holt being chased around by Pogoy. 5 to shoot. Stephen fading to the left. Doesn't work. McCullough with a board. Under 4 remaining in this first half. McCullough gets around Jabs for the finger roll.
He has that move. That's what you were talking about, Coach. If you want to see him going to that basket a little bit more.
You see him finish above the rim. So, again, you wonder why he wouldn't do that, you know, even more. I understand the defense of Ginebra really tight. Make it, you know, they're always close to him, making it difficult for him, but he's got to find a way.
Chapin gets the deuce right back. But Chris McCullough, though, he scored 17 of his 19 points in the second quarter so far.
And changing it up, posting up, now starting up from the outside, taking a 3.
Kala ko, ang husay mo na sana, di.
Changing it up lang.
Under 3 remaining sa ating first half. It is now Brownlee against McCullough once again. Brownlee got the drop on him. Dimasa po ni Chapin, but it's still with Scotty. And it's another 3.
And it's another assist for Barangay Ginebra.
Making the right pass at the right time. What's allowing Ginebra just to get open looks and open shots.
7th triple of the game for Ginebra. 16 assists, Dom, on 22 made field goals.
You gotta love that ball movement. You can really see that they worked on that in the first half. In game number 2, no, was not present. But look at this, Justin Browning. That should have been for Japet Aguilar, even with that missed pass or missed take. And then Abarientos taking it, giving it up to Scotty for another 3.
Nahatid sa atin ang Arena Plus Sportsbook. "30-second timeout requested on the floor here." Governor Jason Webb. Uy, Mayor Sam Francis Zamora of San Juan with Boss Robert Non, Boss Kong Willie Marshall, and Boss Eric Ariola.
Tatlo dyan kakampi ko.
Diba?
Diba? Tatlo.
Sila ang layo na narating. Ikaw katabi ko dito.
Yun na nga eh. Talagang turn for the worst. Ano, ikaw na yung katabi ko eh. Dati sila yung katabi ko eh.
Sila si Boss Kong Williams.
Kaya nga eh.
Diba?
Buti na lang, Coach Jeff, ikaw ang talagang katabi ko ngayon.
Got a nice, massive capacity crowd once again for Game 3 of the Commissioner's Cup Finals. Everybody all smiles so far. Well, all of the Ginebra fans, the TNT fans, still looking for a reason to make noise, Coach Jeff.
Yeah, you know, like I said, it's still a long ball game. It's only the second quarter. Again, you want to go into this halftime with something positive, maybe get 3 or 4 stops if you can, and then, you know, focus on your adjustments come second half.
Ito yung storya ng first half. From 31-0, Oftana struggling from the field. That defense of Ginebra really not giving him much. Kaya napaupo na muna ulit siya ni Coach Chot. Kevin Ferrer will be tested for the first time tonight. Actually, for the first time in the finals.
Correct, yeah. He's one luxury that TNT has coming off the bench. You know, Calvin's been playing great the first 2 games, so Ferrer hasn't been able to get that opportunity. But tonight, let's see what he could do.
That's why you got a veteran like this, Dom, diba? Games like this,
you need to be able to be ready. That's the thing. Whether you're a veteran or rookie, you know, you need to be ready because you never know when that call, when the coaches look down that bench and he'll have, you know, just that feeling that he wants to put you in.
Abarientos is a bit shaken up. It's 4-on-5 the other way. Aguilar couldn't slide through. Gives it back to Scotty. Back to Japet. The two. Ni McCullough in 2-man game.
I was just going to say, what a great look by RJ, or Scotty, I'm sorry. But better defense for Chris McCullough.
Bogoy. Going all the way to the right side. Dilua. Brandon couldn't clean it up. Frustration starting to set in.
I was surprised that McCullough did not attack Japet Aguilar that time.
1 minute and 10 remaining sa first half ng Game 3. It is still Ginebra by 20. Scotty spins baseline. Foul whistled on the shot attempt.
One thing you can appreciate is just the simplicity of the offensive schemes of both teams. I mean, just find a matchup and get it to the post. See how the defense will play you, and then, you know, things will open up and you'll just read from there and then play from there.
Free throw na yan natin sa atin na McDonald's. Love ko to.
Still like McDonald's.
Alam mo, kasalanan ng McDo, bakit ang favorite NBA team ng mga anak ko Denver?
Bakit?
Nuggets. I've been trying to convince them otherwise. No, they like Nuggets ever since they were kids. I bet he likes Nuggets too. Scotty, of course. Largest lead of the game, 22. Numero ni Coach Chip. Ferrer. They swing it. McCullough. Now he attacks. McCullough to the cup.
And he's got that quickness. He's got the length. He can finish.
The second quarter, he looks more like himself. You know, you're starting to see what he could do, and he's doing it with more consistency. It's what they need.
Shot clock of Ginebra now down to 7. Flip shot ni RJ, no good.
I think he thought McCullough was going to help.
C-Mac, Tupugoy, catch and shoot 3. Roger Ray delivers it. That's a big one para sa TNT. 8 seconds remaining sa ating first half. Scotty inside. Fade away, Jay. No. That'll do it. For the first half, a 5-0 ending to the first half mula sa TNT will bring them back within 17.
You know, I think that's something positive TNT can hold on to going into halftime. You know, to talk about adjustments, talk about what they need to do, lessen the emotion, and just play better.
Your coaches, Coach Jeff, your former coaches,
I've
showing all kinds of passion here.
I've seen that a few times in my career. But you got to love it because again, they get you ready. They mean well. A lot of times, you know, they feel like they're always right, but they're not always right. But again, you like the emotions. You like it being Game 3 of the finals, and this is what it's all about.
Again, if this series has proven something, it is that no lead has been safe. We've got a 17-point game at the half. Should be interesting. What happens come the third and fourth quarters of play? Matututukan natin yan dito sa RPTV.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang na.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang na.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang na.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang na.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang na.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang na.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang na.
Hi, PBA fans. It's Carla Lizardo Sulit welcoming you back to our Season 50 Commissioner's Cup Finals live chat party here on our One Sports YouTube channel presented by TapTap. Ang score at the half for Game 3 of the Finals, lamang ang Barangay Ginebra 59-42 against TNT. Ginebra with the hot start dito sa game number 3. They've led up to 22 points here in the first half. But just remembering the trend of the final series so far. Ng Game 1, ang laki ng lamang ng Ginebra at the half, humabol ang TNT in the fourth quarter. Game 2 naman, ang TNT ang lumamang ng malaki at the half, humabol ang Ginebra in the fourth quarter. So usually, a lot of the action happens between these two teams after those halftime adjustments. So watch out for an exciting second half dito sa Game 3 ng ating finals. And of course, let me know your thoughts about the game so far sa ating live chat. Babasahin ko yan maya-maya lamang. Kung gusto niyo ng shoutout, just let me know your name and where you are watching from and I will list that down. But una, pagkwentuhan muna natin ang stats of the game. So far, Ginebra shooting better from the three-point area. They've already hit 7 out of their 10 attempts, 70% for them, versus 4 out of 13 para dito sa TNT, shooting at 30.8% from deep. And just to note, nang nanalo yung Barangay Ginebra ng Game 1, they were able to shoot 10 total threes. In the first quarter alone, so they are moving that ball very well here tonight. Lamang din ang Ginebra when it comes to steals, 6-1, as well as starter points, 54-40, bench points, 5-2, and perimeter points, 37-20. So these are the factors that allowed Barangay Ginebra to lead by as much as 22 here in this game. And of course, if you are just joining us right now, Ginebra is up 59-42 here at the half. Let's talk about the top players here in this game so far. Barangay Ginebra led by Holt with 18 points here in this game. 3 out of 3 from the three-point area with 2 assists, followed by Justin Brownlee with 17 points, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds. Scotty Thompson nagpaparamdam din with 9 points, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. Para naman dito sa TNT, Chris McCullough is leading the way with 23 points, 21 in the second quarter, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. We also have RR Pogoy with 8 points and 2 assists, followed by Jordan Heading with 5 points. Before we do some shoutouts, just pointing out the performance of these players from both teams, starting with Holt. Para dito sa Barangay Ginebra really stepping up after pretty much going missing in Game 1 and Game 2. In Game 2, he only had 1 point, only 2 attempts from the field. But today, already leading the way with 18 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, and 1 steal. So doing a little bit of everything to give Barangay Ginebra this lead at the half. Para naman dito sa kabilang panig, the best player of the game para dito sa TNT ng Game 2 was Calvin Oftana, who had 31 points in that game. But so far, Ginebra defense locking him down. Here in the first half, he has 0. So far, hitting 0 out of 5 from the field with 3 rebounds and 2 assists. So for sure, maraming pag-uusapan ang TNT sa kanilang mga adjustments. We'll see how this will play out. Will it follow the trend of the final series or not? Let me know what you think. Now, time for some quick shout-outs. Hi to James Trinidad of Aurora Province, Shai from Davao, who's cheering for Ginebra. We have Jason from Bataan, Lawrence from Zamboanga del Sur, Nasrullah from Maguindanao. We have Rene giving a shout-out from his friends, to his friends sa Milan, Italy. Si Johnny, solid Ginebra fans from Greece. Thank you for watching. We have Mark RJ from Conor McGregor country. We also have Mark from Ireland naman. We have Wilfredo shouting out, Willie, go Ginebra, watching sila sa Hungary. Thank you. We really have PBA fans from all around the world watching right now. And Jason naman, solid TNT, watching from Japan. So again, kung gusto niyo ng shoutout, just let me know your name and where you are watching from, and I'll give you a shoutout later on. And again, throwing out our question for today, which team will record more assists in game number 3? Will it be Barangay Ginebra or TNT? Malalaman natin yung sagot dyan in just a bit. But reminding everyone to please check out TapTapSend. Para sa mabilis, safe at sulit na padalove to the Philippines, download TapTapSend, the trusted remittance best friend of OFWs worldwide. And for the latest in the world of sports, please don't forget to follow One Sports on YouTube, Facebook, X, Reddit, Instagram, and on TikTok. The game will be right back. Tutok lang kayo dito sa One Sports YouTube channel.
For every Filipino fan, there's one app made just for you. Watch the biggest games live. UAAP, PBA, PVL, and more on your preferred device anytime, anywhere. Go beyond the game with originals and shorts. All these and more for only $149 a month. Scan the QR code and type "Get Started" to proceed.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang TapTapSend at gumagamit ka ba ng TapTapSend?
Yes, TapTapSend ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
For every Filipino fan, there's one app made just for you. Watch the biggest games live. UAAP, PBA, PVL, and more on your preferred device anytime, anywhere. Go beyond the game with originals and shorts. All these and more for only $149 a month. Scan the QR code and type "Get Started" to proceed.
After leading by as many as 22, Barangay Ginebra surrendered the last 5 points in the second quarter to TNT. Kaya 17 na lang ng lamang nila at the half. Welcome everybody once again to Game 3. Kinagagalak natin mga katabi. One of the 50 greatest ever to play this game. We love Coach Jeff Carriazo. And sige na nga, pati si Dominic Uy.
Salamat, sinama mo pa ako.
And Dom, yung Ginebra, spectacular shooting, grabing pasahan, out of this world execution in the first half so far.
Ang ganda talaga ng kanilang pinakita. You know, in game number 2, they did not have a good start, but that was completely different here in game number 3. Really punching it from the outside. 35 points in that first quarter. Moving that basketball at may mga 3-point shots. Meron mga 4-point shots for Barangay Ginebra. Unselfish, just finding each other. Tingnan mo naman, dun sa ating field goal, 61% compared to only 40% for TNT. Look at the assists, 16 compared to 12. Nung game number 2, nung first half, tatlo lang yan, now 16 already. Perimeter points, 37 to 20. And then you look at the turnovers, forcing TNT into 6 turnovers and then scoring 12 points off those turnovers. Basically, every time TNT turned the ball over, nakapuntos itong Barangay Ginebra.
Coach Jeff, first 2 games of this series proved no lead is that safe. Pero yung mga nag-take control, eventually still picked up those victories.
By the way, yeah, so I'm sure they're talking about that at halftime now. Ginebra with the lead, you know, they can't lay down. You know that TNT is going to come and make a run. They have to be able to weather that storm and keep pushing.
Stephen Holt scored 15 of those 18 points in the first quarter. Si Brownlee, 10 of those 17. Si McCullough naman, 21 of those 23 points in the second. The problem is, only 4 points from the rest of the squad in the second quarter para dito sa TNT.
Yeah, to start with Chris McCullough for TNT. You know, he had a really good second quarter of this game. Let's see if he can continue that the second half. He needs to take charge. He needs to take the lead. And he's got to be the creator. Something that this guy's been doing for so many years. Justin Brown is just leading his team in every way possible.
Dom, TNT still has not found the balance in their attack right now. What do they need to do?
Well, Calvin Oftana has not made a basket, all right? And he scored 31 in the previous game. They need to be able to get them in better positions, right? They may not have been shooting the ball all that well from the three-point area. And you want them to be able to keep on moving that kasi 4 of 13 ang kanilang three-point shooting. So that's only 31%. But also, you know, when you look at the mismatches, guys have not been able to really maximize that. Nakita natin itong si McCullough going to the basket, and that's good for him.
At this point, ready na si Miss Bea.
Coach Ginebra has been very efficient offensively, shooting 61% from the field while also generating points off turnovers and better ball movement. Yeah. As you head into the second half, what will be key in sustaining this?
Well, I think we have to get to a defensive mindset. I know we've been shooting the ball well, but right now we have this lead and we have to focus on our defense. So far, Calvin Oftana has not yet gotten going. So we have to make sure that we limit Calvin Oftana and, you know, just continue with the flow of our offense. I think if we feed off the energy of our defense, our offense will follow.
Thank you so much, Coach Richard. Gentlemen, back to you.
Coach Jeff, you've been there, done that. You're a 12-time champion, 8 as a player, as we mentioned, and 4 as an assistant coach. This is game 3 of a 1-1 series. What does a 22-point lead in the first half tell the other team?
Well, it says that it's a good start, and really, that's it. So, again, the goal is you've established yourself, you're doing some good things. Do not run away from that. So the extra passing, the attacks inside the paint, just like there, the high-low action that they're getting, and then the interior passing that they're getting. Once these guards get 2 feet in the paint, they're able to kick it out for a 3 or a nice little layup for the bigs.
Japet Aguilar now with 8 points in the ball game.
McCullough at the other side, picking up where he left off, Dom.
Oh, Chris McCullough, we saw 21 points from him in that second quarter. You want him to be aggressive. You want him to get his points going.
Tignan ulit natin yung panalo play na yan na hatid sa atin ng TNT. They are gonna need a whole lot more of plays like this.
Yeah, so you like to see his aggressiveness is continuing this second half. They made sure they went to him right from the beginning, first play. So yeah, he needs to be aggressive, he needs to take over.
On the floor joining McCullough are Pogoy, heading, Nambatak, and Bat. Ganuelas Rosser, no Oftana to start the third para kina Coach Jot. At the other side, RJ comes up a bit short. He's with, as we mentioned, Japet already. Brownlee, Holt, and Thompson will complete the 5.
Mag-mention mo kanina yung Japet Aguilar, di ba? Ilang minuto lang here in the finals. 8 in one game and 14 in the other. In today's ball game, already playing 16 minutes, scoring 8 points.
3-point play opportunity coming up para dito kay Rosser. Napasabi niya si Aguilar.
Yeah, this is one guy that needs to get going a little bit also, so that, you know, their import Chris McCullough has a little bit more help. The guards are going to do their thing. So Brandon needs to look to be aggressive just like that last play. Saw an opportunity, saw space, you know, between him and the guy guarding him, Japet Aguilar, and obviously 3-point play.
7 points in the game now para dito kay BGR as we get this report from Eileen.
Mag-dominate Coach Jeff kahit na si Chris McCullough lang ang naka-double digits at the end of the first half with 23 points. Ang sigaw ni Coach Josh Reyes at the half, we're not so concerned about our offense. Ang pinag-uusapan lang namin ay depensa. No change in their goal of limiting Barangay Ginebra's catch-and-shoot opportunities by focusing on how to defend the weak side. Yan nga ang gusto nilang magawa. As he says, there is a lot of ball watching. Tapos kulang pa sa energy. Kaya naman moving forward, the ask is to focus on making stops so they can give themselves a chance. Back to you.
Definitely, you got to make some stops. You got to focus on that. Yung offense, nandyan naman eh, diba? 42 points. However, offensively, they did not go to the line in the first 24 minutes. So needing to be a little bit more aggressive as well, getting to that basket.
McCullough with a block. Pogoy, deep corner. He goes all the way across the Stingray. McCullough hesitated on the 3 again. Now he takes it. C-Mac misses though. Maybe he should have taken the first look.
Second time.
Yeah, we always say, shoot that first one. If not, move the ball.
Coach, also, first time na, ito, second time na nakita natin na hindi inatake ni Chris McCullough. Itong si Japet Aguilar, which he could beat.
The crowd already anticipating another made 3 from Holt there. It is just now a 13-point game. A basket changes the complexion of this one. Would have been big for Heading. Sa rebound play, nahuli si Scotty with a foul on Stingray. Take another look at this Silyado defense of the game, brought to us by Pioneer Elastosil. Silyado ang bubong anumang panahon.
You know, that's one thing about Chris McCullough. He has length. So, you know, he's doing a good job in playing in between his man and the guy on the ball.
Nambatak with an opening. Could not get it to stick.
So let's see if TNT stays in that 2-3. They played 2-3 zone the last couple of times.
RJ swings. It is JB. Now he's bounced to Troy.
Coach Richard Del Rosario talked about it. Them being able to get those passes, continue on moving. They know Oftana has not gotten going, but they want to continue on what they've been doing right, like you mentioned, Coach Jeff.
Yeah.
McCullough from the left side, the short snap, good.
There it is. His shot's looking really good tonight, like I said. So they need to continue going to him as they stay in this 2-3.
RJ from the free throw line. Rims out. Pogoy with a board. TNT with an opportunity to inch even closer here. Heading. Could not connect with Pogoy. Thompson over to JB. Brownlee looking for 7th PBA championship with a sidestep beauty.
Man, how do you stop that? You got to respect the 3 because you know he can shoot it, but attacking the basket, being able to, you know, sidestep and get through 2 guards, very impressive.
Galing magpasa ng depensa talaga. Ito si Justin Brownlee.
Pogoy gets it right back. They swing it. McCullough catch and shoot this time.
There
That's good.
That's what we're talking about. Don't hesitate. You have something, go ahead and shoot it. I mean, he's taller and longer than anyone on this Ginebra team, so he's going to be able to get his shot off.
31 big ones now para dito kay Chris McCullough. Naipit si Troy. Brandon all over him. That's a bump from Rosser. Tried to sell that he kept away, but the initial contact was there. Alam mo, Magu, Coach Jeff, after nag-hesitate ni McCullough kanina sa 3-point shot, tinignan siya ni Coach Chot at sinabi, itira mo. And that's why that time, kaagad, pagkahawak niya, tinira niya agad.
Oftana has been redeployed here. Holt thought about it, gives it up. RJ, no! Rosser with the board.
So those are the shots that Ginebra was making in that first half.
McCullough will miss this one.
That was a heat check.
RJ inside, had to adjust. He'll be at the line for 2 shots. RJ only with 4 points. He has failed to score in double digits in only 1 game so far, all tournament long. Here in the finals, though, he's been steady.
Right, so he's been consistent, but I think the adjustment, the minor adjustment TNT has been doing is one, going to a zone the second half. That switching, again, you gotta understand, the bigs of Talk and Text, they're able to stay in front. That's why you see Galanado more earlier. Kelly's doing a good job staying in front, and then also Russell.
Free throw na yan, natid sa atin ng McDonald's. Love Koto, Bayani, and Mayor Zam enjoying the action dito sa loob ng MOA Arena. Game 4 of the series will be back in Cubao sa Smart Araneta Coliseum tayo ngayon darating na Miyerkules. Tip-off is scheduled at 7:30. 7:15 pa lang, e-air na tayo sa RPTV.
One thing I like about Brandon is he plays with passion. So, you know, he wants to win, he loves to win, so you got to respect that always. So that time, sealing Justin Brownlee.
Scotty bats that one away. Oftana will get it in play. McCullough gives it up to Pugoy. He looks to attack Scotty. Roger, step back, no go. That's going to be last touch on Rosser.
And those are shots usually that R.R. Pugoy will make.
Right. I mean, a lot of their shots in the first half was kind of rimming, going around the rim. Shots that they normally make.
Quick passes by Ginebra. It ends up with a Barrientos. Shovels it down low. Troy couldn't connect. Scotty with a board. Scotty is fouled by Rosser. And he picks up his 4th personal foul.
The frustration there for BGR.
Yeah, he's got to understand how crucial and important he is.
Wasn't that a Michael Jordan move?
It looked like
faking out and then spinning
coming back in. Yeah. He's got to keep his head. You don't want a technical here.
He is pulled out here by Jordan Heading. Second free throw ni Scotty Thompson, still brought to us by McDonald's. Love Koto. $69-53. Balik sa matamis na 16 ang abante ng Ginebra. McCullough misses. He's talking to himself right now. Scotty Bebuelo flips it back over. RJ. Ay, wala na si Scotty doon.
So the positives right now for TNT trying to get back in this game is they are getting stops. But they just got to make baskets that they normally make. But again, this game is still close. It's still reachable. 6:39, only down 16.
Timeout na to. Atid sa atin ang Solaire Online. Play the game your way on the Solaire Online Sportsbook. $69-53. Barangay Ginebra. After TNT clawed their way back to within 12, doing enough to stay comfortably ahead here in the third dome.
Well, konti-konti nababawasan yung kalamangan itong Barangay Ginebra. 19 na at the end of the first, naging 17 na end of the second. And then ngayon, after this timeout, 16 na lang. But doing enough to keep TNT at bay, making the right decision, still moving that basketball, not veering away dun sa ginagawa nilang tama. Yun yung importante, yung poise na alam nilang nandyan yung TNT, babalik yan, merong gagawin ng TNT. There's a run in TNT.
Stephen Holt, na-check na ngayong third quarter. A lot of people forget that guy is a two-time mythical second team member. He stunk it up back in the first two games of these finals, but he has made his presence felt in front of more than 18,500 on this Sunday night at the MOA Arena.
Yeah, we got a big crowd. So again, like to repeat what we were talking about before the game, just walking into the arena and just seeing the fans, just seeing everyone just ready to watch this game, excited. So I'm just really, truly happy to be here.
Sobrang daming tao nga. Ang layo na ng paparkingan mo kung manonood ka dito.
Action will continue for games 3.
I was gonna say kasama tayo dun.
Oo.
Si Dom palagi nahirapan sa parking.
Oo nga.
Walang guardian angel ng parking. Na-travel. Si McCullough sa pagkakataon na yan.
So that's what I was talking about earlier, where in the first two games, they were getting him on that roll. Because imagine McCullough catching it in the paint. You know, very unstoppable. So again, just not a very good pass that last time.
Arche from straight away. McCullough pulls down the board. Oftana will survey the floor. We'll get it right back. Dump it inside. McCullough gets the basket. May kasama bang foul?
Great pass by Calvin. Again, if there's something you want to appreciate with him, even if he hasn't scored as much today, is him just not really looking just to score. So we saw an opening. He saw McCullough open down the middle with that advantage. Great pass.
Makikita mo talagang hinahanap ng TNT itong si Chris McCullough. Coach Shaw not happy with that previous play with Jordan heading.
Kaya na-pull out na si Jordan.
Oo, kaya pinasok ito si Jason Castro. At saan mo babalik din yan, itong si Jordan heading.
13-point game, 69-56. Ginebra has been in total control here. Got a TNT right there with him. Look at Ginebra whip it around. Holt fouled by Nambatak on the pass. That'll be team foul number 5 on TNT.
So the change of pace that the 2-3 is doing, again, with Ginebra being able to move the ball, but the legs and the movement defensively by TNT is also impressive.
Thompson trying to get it to Troy. Holt against Nambatak again. Fouled there by McCullough, and he knew it as well.
Don't reach. You got caught reaching a little bit, but again, when you're watching him, it's impressive that you see him cover so much ground. He has length, he can jump, he's doing a lot defensively, just don't really notice it, but when you watch him closely, he knows where his man is, so he's defending that. When guards penetrate, when Ginebra guards penetrate, he's also in between that. So again, he's doing a lot for this team.
Pangatlong foul na yan para dito kay Chris McCullough. And this crowd reacting to Coach Chot Reyes, who just got down on his knees. May warning na kanina si Coach Chot, ha? Back in the first quarter.
I'd be very surprised if they don't tee him up this time.
And now he gets teed up. And he's daring the refs to give him another one. And now the TNT crowd is trying to let their opinions be heard. And the Ginebra crowd just automatically drowns them out.
Ang dami nila eh.
(71-56) back to a 15-point lead para sa Ginebra. At may mga free throws pa para dito kay Holt. What a dream first quarter he had.
Yeah, that was
exploding for those 15 points.
Remarkable. It's what, you know, he never needed to get that lead. So let's see if he could do something else the second half.
That's what you call setting the tone para dito kay Stephen Holt and Barangay Ginebra.
McCullough at the post. Gets it back. It's going to be a foul on Troy. And now RJ and the rest of the red shirts complaining about that last call.
You know, I'm not going to lie because I see a couple guys pointing at the referee who was the furthest from where the action was. And, you know, my always complaint is there's referees right next to him. How come they didn't make
Hindi sila yung tumatawag.
Free throws na to, atid sa atin ng McDonald's. Love ko to.
But just to continue, sometimes they have the better view. So the referees who are closer to the action may not see what's happening behind them. So, you know, that's a better call. So
alam naman natin ang mga coaches, ang mga fans, lahat yan very critical dun sa ating mga referees. That's why it's so difficult to be a referee.
Alam mo kung sinong sobrang critical sa ating lahat?
Sino?
Wala, binawi na ito ni Jubel. Mamaya na raw. Papunta na tayo kay Aileen. Troy Rosario with a sorry miss.
Yeah, see the length of Chris McCullough is allowing him to hesitate, if you see that. That's a normal finish for Troy.
Castro out to ng bata. Jason will reset. Ronjay on the move. Kicks it out. Nambatak for 4. No go.
Not really able to get points from outside itong TNT.
Nice no look again. RJ to JB and 1. Why is Coach Richard De Rosario motioning the reverse? Siya ba nagturo kay JB?
Malamang hindi.
Baka siya yung bumabantay sa ensayo.
Tama.
Sabi niya,
may pan. May pinapangga.
Yun. Pero may reverse si Coach Richard eh. JB completes it. It is once again an 18-point lead para sa Barangay Ginebra San Miguel. So far, Game 3, wala pa tayong comeback na nasisilip. Steal by Scotty. Scotty against 2. Nambatak was in front. Castro was behind. Who is whistled for the foul?
Defensively, this game, one thing, again, that's really impressive is you cannot penetrate the gaps versus Ginebra. They do a good job in not just being in the gap, but reaching for the ball, and a lot of times they hit balls, they get the turnover, and that creates actions like this where you either score or two free throws for you.
Free throw ni Scotty. Hatid pa rin sa atin ang McDonald's. Love ko to.
Scotty, 1.
By Michael, pang-anim na steal ng Barangay Ginebra. Make that 7.
77-57. Balik sa 20 ang abante ng Ginebra. Timeout muna tayo dito sa third quarter.
$20 on your first set. Para sa mabilis, safe at sulit na padalove to the Philippines, download TapTapSend, the trusted remittance best friend of OFWs worldwide. Sige, pakita nyo lang ang inyong solid na energy. Ngayon naman, sayawan na tayo mga ka-PBA. And here's one of the most dynamic airports of the Commissioner's Cup. Raiders shine! Elastimators Airport!
Again, Barangay Ginebra San Miguel doing enough to stay in control and not be really threatened by TNT up to this point of the game. 4:27 natin tira sa ating third. Sama pa rin natin, Coach Jeff Carriazo, Dominic Uy, and Miss Eileen Shi coming to you live from the Mall of Asia Arena. Saan man kayo sa Pilipinas and beyond. Magandang gabi sa lahat na nakatutok sa RPTV, pati na rin sa One Sports YouTube channel, which is available for free globally. McCullough misses, but it is batted right back to him. Castro Bebuelo back over to Seaman. Pull-up jumper, McCullough back-to-back rim outs para sa kanya.
Calvin Aftana in the ball game, still 0 of 5. Again, 31 points sa kanya in game number 2.
You want to see him take a little more shots, huh, Dom? Comes up with a rebound there. Got to find a way to snap out of his own funk. McCullough at the post. Rosario right there with him. Brownlee nagbabadyang mag-double. McCullough spins away. Short pass to Jason, broken up. And Scotty will run it up with JB. They wait for RJ. Naiwan si McCullough. Polk couldn't make him pay. JB though keeps it on that side of the floor.
And look at that patience na pinapakita ng Barangay Ginebra, but shot clock is winding down.
Do to shoot. JB bails them out. And it is back to the largest lead of the game. Jeffrey Carriazo ang lamang ng Ginebra.
22 points.
Walang panic, grabe.
Yeah,
composure.
I felt like he always knew what the shot clock was at that time.
Aftana down the middle finally.
Finally able to score itong si Calvin Aftana. And kung ikaw TNT, inaasahan mo na baka ito na ang simula ng pagganda ng laro nito si Calvin Aftana.
You know, not to give him any excuses, but they got to also look for him. So part of that is being able to be in a position where teammates can look for you. Maybe that last layup by Calvin will get him going a little bit.
Calvin looking to attack RJ. Nandun sa likod si Scotty. Calvin steps through, loses control of it. He's hanging onto that left leg. RJ kicks, but away from play. Whistle is blown.
Parang masama yung bagsak niya, holding on.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's tired or if something's hurting, but yeah. He was running back gingerly.
You know, immediately touching onto that left leg. Hopefully everything's okay para dito kay Calvin.
Brownlee on the attack. Brownlee. Oh! Wow.
I was stunned nung tira ni Justin Brown na napawawalan ako kasi nung time 2016, way back 2016, game 6 nata against Barangay din. Nanonood na ako kasi high school ako noon eh. So, ngayon, parang nilagay lang ako sa game na, okay, teammate ko si Justin, tapos ginawa niya ulit yun na teammate niya ako. So, sobrang grateful, blessed ako na nakita ko yun, na-witness ko yung Justin Brownlee, yung greatness ng Justin Brownlee sa Ginebra.
Pass goes to Abarientos, step back. That's a four. Wow. Abarientos going over, digs a four. Oh! Here's the drive. Brownlee on the attack. Brownlee. Wow. Justin Brownlee being Justin Brownlee.
Imagine being in the crowd that fateful night 10 years ago when the magic of Justin Brownlee happened. High school ka ba? Nanonood ka, big basketball fan, and now being on the same team as the legend himself.
No, to me, that's a wonderful story. You know, something you'll always remember. And, you know, I think just him now being teammates with Justin makes it even more special.
And for more on that, balik tayo kay Aileen.
Gentlemen with TNT putting some more length on RJ Abarientos in their last game. Ginamit ni Coach Johnny Abarientos ang kanyang experience bilang basehan kung paano ito masusolusyonan ni RJ. Ika nga niya, Coach Chot did the same thing to me before assigning a taller Ray Evangelista as my defender. Dagdag niya, the main goal of TNT is to take RJ away from the play. So to compensate, ang payo niya kay RJ, limit your concentration in playing the pick and rolls with Justin. You have to keep moving from the first triangle to the second triangle. Balik sa inyo.
Yun ang beauty na meron ka isang Johnny Abarientos because of that experience, able to point out just the little things na ginagawa sa'yo. And pag tinignan naman natin yung PBA, the coaches more or less are still the same in the league. And, you know, they just gotten wiser. They've added more assistant coaches to be able to shore up more of that knowledge. Kaya ang laking bagay na meron kang isang tito at assistant coach na nadaanan yun.
Best guy to ask yung nakasabayan. Coach Jeff Carriazo, what kind of animal was Johnny Abarientos really like when you were with him?
We're really a different breed. You know, one thing about Johnny is, you know, he not just a great player, but he made you better. You know, I know you hear that a lot, but he really did make you better just playing with him. You know, aside from being a great player, gosh, such a great guy also off the court. So you cannot help but like him.
Alam mo, Coach Jeff, ang ganda ng sinabi mo kasi yun yung inaasahan mo din pag meron kang kasamang anchor that they will make you better. At nagagawa yun para sa atin ni Seb Sarmenta.
Yeah. Sabihin ko nga sana pagka nagpipick up game kayo, kaya walang mangyari-nyari sa akin. See, a guy beside you does not make anybody better. He just scolds you. Pinapagalitan lang.
Hindi, sinasabi ko lang, huwag nyo ng pasahan. Pero itong Barangay Ginebra, grabe ang pasahan. And talk about, you know, guys being able to just continue on. Justin Brownlee, nakita natin, he is exerting himself even more. You know, just making the right decisions. Napakalaking bagay yun na nababasa mo yung sitwasyon and be able to react to that.
Bogoy steps into the three there. That's a big one para sa TNT.
That's 2 in a row for RR. So let's see if we can kick going. You know, you notice there's no Chris McCulloch, so the locals have to step up now, see if they can, you know, get a spark going.
For dead points akin na para kay Bogs. Another foul is whistled here. Both teams have been in the penalty since about the halfway mark of this quarter.
Yeah, one thing about, again, RR, you see in this play, just staying aggressive, getting the shots up. But with a call like that, you know, you're not going to get it against Scotty. You know, that's a rookie versus Scotty Thompson at the post. You know, I understand being physical, trying to push him out, but, you know, you're going to get that call 9 out of 10 times.
Brownlee will get a breather. And a rousing round of applause from the Ginebra faithful in attendance.
At dahil malaki ang kalamangan mo ngayon, ikaw Barangay Ginebra, you have the luxury now to sit down Justin Brownlee, you know, here before the third quarter ends, and maybe extend that into the first few minutes of the fourth quarter.
85-65, last shot time para sa TNT to end this third frame. Heading hasn't really done much damage tonight. Only 5 points, gives it up to Pugoy. 6 to go. Roger Ray with his third triple late in the third frame. And Coach Jim really upset at his entire team dahil nga, lalo na kay Ralph Koo because they did not recognize na umiinit na ang kamay ni Roger Ray.
It's all about momentum. So you don't want the momentum to shift because you don't know what can happen.
Dom, 3 quarters into game 3 now. We've got 12 more minutes to go.
Well, you know that TNT is a team that has won even without an import. You know that they have the locals to be able to help out. Pero itong Barangay Ginebra, this is a team that has won a number of championships with the same nucleus. They understand yung boys. And let's see, it's got 12 more minutes. Let's see Justin Brownlee doing Justin Brownlee things and the locals helping out them, sharing that basketball and making the crowd cheer. But Chris McCullough and TNT, they want a different ending for game number 3.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
PBA fans, a round of applause for your Arena Plus as the girls. The 50th season PBA Commissioners Final Series is brought to us by Arena Plus. Arena Plus, as big as sports.
From the get-go, it was Barangay Ginebra who took game 3 by the horns. They're impeccable shooting from the perimeter. Ano sabi mo, Dom? 78% from the field in the first quarter play. And that was when they led 35-16 at the end of that frame. Pero etong si Chris McCullough biglang nagising come the second quarter. 21 ng 35 puntos niyan sa second frame ibinus. Ang problema yung 35 total niya, 33 pa lang etong kanyang mga kakampi. Ang Barangay Ginebra though continues to stay ahead by a mile here. 85-68 ang ating score as we open the fourth quarter of play. Kakwentuhan pa rin natin sina Dominic Uy, Coach Jeff Carriazo at si Miss Aileen Shi on RPTV. Taking a look at Kit Davis, Rosser, Pogoy, Galinato, and heading go up against Aguilar, Abarientos, Gray, Holt, and Koo. Both coaches opting to go all Filipino to open this fourth quarter. Pogoy with his fourth triple of the last 3 minutes.
Alam mo, dito sa vantage point natin, nakita mo pag-ikot ni Pogoy, pasok eh.
All of a sudden, that's just a 14-point game.
I think it's that basket there because that was Holt in the first quarter. And now it's Pogoy on this fourth quarter that started in the third quarter.
Ralph Koo swings it around. Ginebra trying to look for the opening. Holt scoops it up. That's out. Koo cleans it up. Mintis pa rin. Japet doing Japet things.
That's 10 points for Japet Aguilar. Limited minutes, but very effective. He scored in every single quarter.
He's also got 4 rebounds to go along with those 10 points. Talking about Aguilar. Pogoy again. Galinato with a hand on it. Rosser dives for it. It'll stay on that side as it was last touched by Gray.
You appreciate, again, the hustle of Rosser and Galinato for that matter. Again, they're not giving up. They understand that it's still, it's early fourth. Anything can happen.
Alam mo kung kanino pang hustle ang ma-appreciate.
Kanino?
Ready na ang ating report with TNT still trying to climb back from a double-digit deficit. Dalawang bagay lang ang hiningi ni Coach Chot Reyes in the latest huddle. First is to take advantage of RJ Abarientos on the bench by adding pressure at the backcourt, but also being careful not to make unnecessary fouls. At pangalawa is to get Roger going on the horn side. Back to you.
Kasi nga, ng third quarter, napakaraming foul. Let's see if this fourth can go by a little smoother. Fight to shoot for the guys in white. Rosser's got to take this. Brandon on the run. No. The rebound battle, merong foul. Looks like si Gray ang napituhan.
That's going to be on Gray.
And that's 2 early team fouls for Barangay Ginebra now. Nangihiram ng jersey. Heading, diving in, bounces over. Keith Tevis with a looper. Big hit for the rookie.
Alam mo, late addition na dito sa TNT.
Last game of the Elims.
Oo, pero you know, every time na pinapasok siya, he's made himself known. He's made an impact.
RJ faking the pass, flipping it up. Could not get it to stick. Holt will hustle enough to keep it on that side.
You know, pre-draft, we actually looked at Kitevis. You know, we like his hustle. You know, we like his toughness. Not bad going to the basket. Had to work on his shooting, but yeah, I'm not surprised that he's on the line.
RJ off a series of picks will miss. Chop it though with a big offensive rebound once again. Holt swings it. Shot clock now at 5. JB to the baseline. Goes reverse. Only found the angle.
Just that little hesitation.
Exactly. That hesitation got him.
McCullough gusto bumawi. Brownlee bantay niya. Ginebra dropping down to a zone. Heading with a zone buster.
They've been waiting for those 3-point shots from Jordan Heading. Got 8 points in the game.
JB trying to stay patient. Rosario away from his comfort zone. Will hand it off. Holt trying to get around Rosser. There's going to be a foul on Heading. Had to give it up. He was pinned out.
Naipit siya dun sa likod nito si Troy Rosario.
But offensively, again, what I like to point out is just the reads that Ginebra does, the good reads. That time there was a switch, Holt understanding that there's an advantage with Troy versus a guard, looking to find him down there.
And not rushing.
Not rushing.
Ba yun ang importante.
Abarientos to the fadeaway. Nadaplisan ni Galinato. Aguilar inside is fouled.
Probably the most aggressive game for Japet Aguilar dito sa finals.
McCullough picks a foul at 5.
That's huge. Again, 13. A lot of things happen. But going back to Japet, you know, I'm sure this is probably the most minutes he played so far in this series, but he's looking good. He's staying aggressive, being in the right spots. You know, I think Coach Tim wants him to finish a little bit stronger when he gets those interior passes.
Almost 22 minutes of action so far para kay Japet. He's only played 26 plus minutes once the all tournament long. First 2 games got 10-minute average. Japet misses, but the ball bounces the way of the Redshirts. Brownlee kicks it over. Holt, quick trigger. Naubusan na si Stephen. An opportunity now para dito sa TNT.
Yung nakita natin ng first half para dito kay Stephen Holt.
McCullough breaches double digits.
His catch and shoot is deadly.
Oh, that's just a 3. No, that is a 4.
It's a 4.
It's a 10-point game. This is the closest TNT has come.
So like, no, I was just gonna say when he doesn't hesitate. Right, he's money. So when he's open like that, he's got to look. And then next thing you do, when you close out, you attack the basket. We expect McCullough to come in again, take control, be more aggressive and be the leader in regards to their offensive scoring.
Boss
On
Ricky?
screen.
Boss Ricky?
Yep.
Some anxious moments for him. Yung locals, Dom. Okay, si Pogoy had his moments. Pero si Oftana, matumal pa rin. Si Nambatak, matumal pa rin. So far here in Game 3.
And even Heading, if you look at it, right? Jordan Heading, we've seen him that he can explode. Pero ito, just a 10-point lead para dito sa Barangay Ginebra. You know that this team understands what they need to do. At kaya nilang maglaro din nga, kagaya ng sinabi natin kanina, na kahit na walang import. What a crowd that we have right now. 18,506 yung count natin. Eh, dagdag mo pa yung mga nanonood. Another PBA great, Noynoy Falca Santos. Straight from Zamboanga City.
Kanina, 18,600. May pinuwi ka.
Oo. 600 ba yun?
Scotty gets it deep. Scotty keeps it right there. JB inside, stretches, bounces home.
That's tough. You look like you're getting a stop, but then offensive rebound again by Scotty.
McCullough misses. Brownlee in the front court. McCullough picks him up. He's got 5 fouls. Rosser says switch tayo. JB on his third defender in Gitevis. RJ. Back to JB. Mahaba pa naman shot clock and retain. JB against Gitevis. Tutulong si Henry. Oh, it bounces home again!
Just a great read once again para dito kay Justin Brownlee. At makikita mo, nababasa niya na nagsiswitch itong TNT and switch all the way to Gitevis and took advantage of that matchup.
They wanted to dump it into Galinato pero naipit na siya ni Rosario.
Again, another highlight shot by Justin Brownlee. You know, they're pushing him towards the baseline where the help is. But still, it doesn't matter with the challenge there. That's money.
Tsaka lalim na niya. It's really too close to the basket already.
Gitevis will stay on the floor. Heading will receive. Trying to penetrate against RJ. Heading. He gets the bounce as well. May awa ay yung mga ring dito sa fourth quarter.
Yeah, well, you know, again, I like Jordan just going out there and looking to create more. I think he's one of those guys that deserve to go out there and look for his a little bit, be more aggressive, make things happen, just like what he just did.
14 points in Game 2. He's got 11 right now here in Game 3. More importantly, he keeps TNT within 11 as well. 7-07 natitira dito sa Game 3.
TNT trying to apply some pressure on the backcourt para mabawasan yung kanilang shot clock when they set it up, when they cross that line.
JB will attack. Heading on him. They swing it. They dump it in. Troy loses control. Heading with it. Pitches it out. Pogoy is off and running. Pogoy stop and pop. Bang!
Yeah, he's on fire.
And here we go. It's an 8-point game.
Ang maganda dito kay RR Pogoy, alam niya mainit siya, pero kita mo yung focus niya. Even after that shot, hindi nagse-celebrate itong si RR Pogoy.
23 points na para kay Roger Ray. Ginebra must score with 6:20 remaining in the game. Rosario is bowled over by Gitevis. That'll be team foul number 3 on TNT.
Yeah, going back to RR, gosh, this break, he's open just a little bit. Calmly stepping behind that 3-point line, knocking it down.
Pang Gary David, pang Atoy ko, yung dating anon.
Pang Jeff Carriazo.
That's a great comparison, though. You see a lot of Gary David in that.
Pero si Coach Jeff ginagawa.
More than Jeff, Coach Jeff.
Pero nung coach na nagagalit.
But as a player, pwede pala.
But coach na, no, yes. Brownlee inside, creates the space. JB special once again.
Yeah, that little nudge with the shoulder.
And just too deep again, too close to the basket.
Right.
McCullough at the other end. Goes to the side step. And one! Maracasimac!
That's a good response by Chris McCullough. Understanding there's a lot of basketball left. As you see, Justin, again, that's a layup for him. McCullough not settling. attacking the basket, taking the contact this time, like we talked about in the first half, and being able to finish.
And what I like about it for Chris McCullough in this ball game, makikita mo iba-iba yung looks, iba-iba yung ginagawa niya. This could benefit them later on in the series.
And that ties his conference high of 42 points, and he ain't done yet. Pressure in the backcourt. Holt breaks it. Steven against Teddy. Trying to get away. Rosario gets involved. Shot clock at 7. RJ realizes it. 4 to shoot. RJ's got to take it. Oh! And listen to this crowd roar!
What a shot by RJ. I mean, at that point, he had no other choice, right? What can you say?
Wala. Alam siya nga, 5 yung personal foul ni McCullough eh. So, kinakailangan bigyan din ng espasyo eh, di ba? What a shot by RJ Abarientos.
That puts him in double digits as well. 11 na para dito kay Abarientos.
And then more importantly, aside from just hitting 4 points and being up at this point 10 points again, I mean, that's just a momentum killer. You know, you look like you feel like you should be getting a stop, or at least a bad shot, and then rebound for you ends up being a 4-point shot on net.
The worst thing that you can give up.
The worst thing you can give up.
Look at those two, Oftana and Ambatak, having a nightmarish game 3 para sa TNT. McCullough goes 2 for 2. My God. What a game we are witnessing once again for the 3rd consecutive matchup in the Commissioner's Cup Finals for 2026.
Kalang
we just wanted to put some length on RJ because he's playing at a very high level. Malibre ng contest shoot talaga eh, whether 3 points or 4 points. So we cannot really stop a player like that. Our best bet is to just let him work for his points, bother his shots a little bit. Hopefully he will miss a few. We know he's not gonna miss much. But in the end, that's all we can do eh.
Ayun na nga, kitang-kita natin in that shot. Etong 4-point shot ni Abarientos. Shot clock winding down under duress. McCullough in front of him with 5 personal fouls. Giving him enough space for Abarientos to be able to take that shot. Pero grabe talaga itong si RJ Abarientos.
I think with that one, he was also surprised.
Yeah.
Shaking his head like...
Ayaw mo lang maputokan ka ng 24 seconds actually. At that point in time.
That was an answered prayer for him.
It was just an 8-point game before RJ made that. Right now, it is 191. Ginebra trying to protect this 9-point lead, actually trying to add to it as they will add possession.
You know, I will say this. It's 5-26. 9 points is the lead. There's still a lot of basketball.
It's gut check.
I'm sure that's what they're saying, yeah.
Look at this trap being employed here by TNT. Now they scamper back on D. Brownlee. He's got Rosser all over him. RJ has Pogoy in front. They're overloading on the right. Holt is alone on the left. Rosario back over to RJ. Troy down the middle. Holy goshers! Rosser was all over that one. And here comes TNT. Oftana on the move. Trying to get it to McCullough. Medyo malamya yung pasa.
I think Oftana needs to be aggressive now, try to get his shots. I mean, kahit na hindi ganun kaganda ang kanyang shooting night, pagka ganun, kinakailangan, you know, you gotta be aggressive and go for that basket. Wanted to pass it off to McCullough.
Abarrientos against Oftana. RJ got the drop on him. 2 shots coming the way.
You know, you don't say this often about Calvin Oftana, but that last play, that turnover, it looked like he just was not confident, you know. Same, I agree with you, Dom. He's got to be able to attack, be aggressive. Look at the basket at least, you know. I think that whole time he already made a decision.
That he was going to pass, yeah.
Inaamoy yan, you know, nakikita yan ng defender mo. Brownlee was all over that. Tsaka exactly where he wanted to
go. 40 plus na yung ginagawa ni McCullough, di ba? Yung depensa nakita mo, nagsag papunta kay McCullough. Could have taken that one little dribble, and that's what, 10-footer?
RJ misses. That's a rare one. Tambatak will be tried again. Si Nambatak, kilala natin yan. Deadly sa mga ganitong sitwasyon. Pwedeng malas first 42, 44 minutes of any game, but when it's winning time, you know he'll still take that shot.
So that just means you're a special player.
McCullough whistled for the travel. And Coach Jot is in disbelief.
You know, I will again say this, that call, especially lately or this whole conference, they don't make that call anymore. Players are allowed to that extra half a step. So, you know, I think that's
why that's sort of the surprise.
Right.
Abarrientos sa kabila. Ginebra up by 10. He's left on an island with Rosser. But Brownlee goes back door. He could have gone for the layup, but he wanted to pick up that foul. McCullough wisely stays away from it. Pogoy for 3. No! Scotty out-rebounds everybody. JB contra Pogoy. Will they leave him alone? Heading. Trying to figure out whether he's going to help. McCullough is in the background as well. JB off balance. No! McCullough with a rebound. That's 12 rebounds now para kay Seaback. He gets it poked free by Holt. But it's still whistled for last touch.
Coach Jeff, that's what you were talking about. Once you attack that lane, Barangay Ginebra is doing such a good job of defending that.
It looks like you may have a lane that's open for a split second, but they close that gap quickly. And again, that's what's impressive. That's why they're up 12 points.
Habang si McCullough, pinagkikwentuhan natin, may 42 puntos na. Si JB, di rin naman magpapauli. 38 points in total, and look at how he has spread it throughout this game. 10, 7, 11, and 10. Talaga namang very consistent itong si JB. He's also got 7 rebounds, 7 assists, and 3 steals.
Well, you gotta love Justin Brownlee. And nakita natin, McCullough up this game today in terms of scoring. Pinapakita niya yung ginagawa niya. Pero sabi ni Justin Brownlee, sandali, akong hari dito eh. Justin Brownlee, 38 points, doing Justin Brownlee things, reading the defense really well, not turning the ball over much.
And he is already the presumptive best import of this conference. Replacement si McCullough, nawala na si Jalen Johnson.
Right.
Kahit naman yung sa Meralco, naging replacement din. He's on his way to his 4th best import. Magiging 3 beses sa mga import na malalaki kalaban. Isang beses lang nanalo yan sa 6-6.
Well, one thing Coach Tim told me just recently is Justin Brownlee is at his best during the Commissioner's Cup. So where imports are taller and bigger than he is, he plays his best, and that's a tribute to just the type of player he is.
Of course, dun din kasi sa Governor's Cup, may Allen Durham na palaging nakakatapat.
Alam mo, Magu, 0 itong si Justin Brownlee. 0 eh. 0 ang turnover.
Ganun katindi. Ganun kaganda. Ang pinakikita all game. Right now, it is Ginebra up by 12. Time on their side, definitely 4 to shoot. Scotty's taking it. Hinangin, pakaliwa. An opportunity for TNT. Huli si Scotty, nakakapit kay Rosser, and the referees will investigate. Kung transition take. TNT needs to catch this break right here. This will mean free throws, or a free throw plus possession.
Yeah, on his transition, looked like he grabbed his waist and his jersey right there. So I think that's an easy.
Actually, if you look at how Scotty Thompson gets a lot of the rebounds, he's very active with his hands and his feet.
Yeah.
Excuse. Magiging 2 free throws pala dahil penalty ng Ginebra, and then ball possession stays with them. Let's see though, if it's a regular foul or something more.
So this gives TNT just a small window of hope right now.
And that's just 12 points.
Yeah.
A lot of time.
You don't know what can happen. Take advantage of free throws and then that ball possession and make it a game.
Games 1 and Game 2, pareho yun. Dikit, lalo na pagdating dun sa dulo. Game number 1 needed the Justin Brownlee finish. Ito namang game number 2, nakita din natin. Ginebra came back strong.
Scotty Thompson, penalty situation.
Regular holding foul whistled on Scotty.
Thompson.
So Brandon Rosser will be at the line for 2 free throws.
Two shots for Brandon Rosser.
So it is the penalty 2 free throws para kay Rosser. He bounces home the first.
Well, let's see now, Oftana back in the ballgame para dito sa TNT.
For the tournament, Rosser shoots 67% from that line. The second one will bring a squad within 10. TNT continues to apply pressure. Holt goes across. Scotty directing traffic now against that swarming defense of the white shirts. Scotty from the right side. Goes to Archie. 3 ball straight away. TNT in a rush.
Another big shot by RJ Abarientos.
The lead is 13. McCullough could not cut it to 10.
You know what was so deadly about that? Big shot, pero in the flow of things. Diba? And then that time not celebrating again itong si RJ Abarientos. Just really the maturity that he's shown of recent.
For me naman on TNT defensively, that zone defense, they're playing and forcing Ginebra, you know, with the shot clock just going down. So they're defending up until like the 22 mark. And then they get up a shot, basket.
TNT refusing to go silently into the night. Pogoy backs home a 4.
27 points para kay RR Pugoy.
11 lang ang abante ng Ginebra. TNT looking for that one last stop. Brownlee trying to put this one to bed. Corner shoot. JB to the baseline.
Just a wise decision. Shot clock going down. Alam nila ang laki ng tira nitong si RR Pugoy. Napuntahan nga natin si Justin Brownlee na kalaban nitong si RR Pugoy sa poste mag-isa.
That's a 40-piece now para dito kay JB.
That's a walking bucket right there. So, again, what a luxury for Ginebra to have Justin Brownlee all these years, just being able to just go to him at any time knowing that he's going to produce for you.
41 para kay Justin Brownlee. A stop here. We'll pick up game 3 para sa Barangay Ginebra. Pugoy went for the 4. And that might have just done it. This crowd can taste it. Pandiin ang hahanapin ni JB. Brownlee against Pugoy. Ofdana there as well. That's going to be a foul on JB. 62 seconds na titira dito, Coach Jeff and Dom. And Coach Chot Reyes will be going to his bench.
17 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists. An assist short of a triple-double. Hindi mo napapansin di ba itong kay Scotty Thompson?
I think that's a good point. Yeah, you really don't notice it, but he came to play today. Looked more focused right from the beginning. Looked more ready.
Natabunan lang nung first quarter ni Stephen Holt.
Right.
Then nung Justin Brownlee. Right? But just there, continuing to slowly just keep on hurting the opponent and helping his team.
Nakalimutan mo pa yung fourth quarter ni RJ?
Oo.
Di ba?
Oo.
Ang daming nagbida pero si Scotty steady. Roger Ray Pugoy, what a game 3 for him as well. Pero time is not on their side right now.
Yeah, Roger did what he could. I think he understood that TNT needed a big lift aside from their import Chris McCulloch, but not too much for anyone else, if I may say.
111-98 is the score. RJ trying to calm everybody down. Scotty inside to hold for the kill.
There it is.
Sinimulan ni Stephen Holt, sinimulan ng Ginebra sa magandang ikot ng bola at tinatapos ng Barangay Ginebra. Ganun pa din.
The exclamation point for game 3 is delivered by Troy. 2-1 will be the series lead. Barangay Ginebra will be halfway to the revenge that they have been looking for the past year.
Barangay Ginebra, you can see the focus, you can see them peaking at the right time. And because of them having that core, yung familiarity, having a Justin Brownlee, understanding anong kinakailangan para makakuha ng panalo, consistency ang pinapakita ng Barangay Ginebra. You gotta love what they've done. Now they've got a 2-1 lead against TNT.
You know, I just like to say, both teams playing their hearts out. You're not going to win a championship tonight, but you're also not going to lose a championship. So again, Ginebra did what they needed. They made shots tonight. They defended well. Let's see how TNT recovers the way Ginebra recovered from their loss in game 2.
116-102 your final score. Sa dami ng maganda pinakita para sa Ginebra, there can only be one. Sino ang ating best player of the game?
End of the day, ang dami nagpakita para sa Barangay Ginebra. Sinimulan nitong si Stephen Holt. Dinagdagan nitong si Scotty Thompson in the second quarter. Tuloy-tuloy, consistent. Pero simula hanggang sa dulo ang pinuntahan ng Barangay Ginebra. Itong si Justin Noy P. Brownlee, 41 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals for JB. Just reading the defense so well all night long.
Another magical ball game from the legend himself.
Yeah, you can't deny what he did tonight. So obviously choosing him as best player was easy, our easiest job tonight. He made it look easy. He scored at will.
He gave them the lift and again the advantage that they needed to just sustain the lead that they had. Justin Brownlee, one of the best.
Barangay Ginebra halfway there. Game 4 of the series will be this coming Wednesday, 116-102. Again, your final score at tayo pong lahat babalik sa Smart Araneta Coliseum. Agahan ang punta, sigurado traffic, pero sigurado worth it.
Oh, game number 4, we're definitely aabangan nating lahat yan. Tignan natin ang gagawing adjustments nitong TNT. Game 1, napunta sa Barangay Ginebra. Game 2, binalikan ng TNT. Game 3, punta na Barangay Ginebra. Gusto ng TNT, sigurado matuto yan sa Wednesday.
Ito po ang presentation natin ng Game 3, 2026 PBA Commissioners Cup Finals tayo. Hanggang Miyerkules tayo po magkita-kita muli. This is the PBA Finals on RPTV, powered by Sports 5.
Barangay Ginebra San Miguel now leads the series 2-1. And our best player of the game is none other than Justin Brownlee. Justin, congratulations. You know, a lot of Ginebra's offense came from those catch-and-shoot opportunities where you were able to get your rhythm very early in the game. What allowed you to find those shots and capitalize on them?
Man, I really don't know, but I just know with the support of these fans, they really gave us a lot of energy tonight, especially coming off the last game. We came out of, I guess, with lack of energy. We just really want to come out here and be aggressive and, show these fans that we still got that NSD spirit.
Justin, with so much attention easily focused on you in a final series such as this one, how valuable was it to have Stephen going early as well alongside you and the rest of the locals, especially forcing TNT to defend multiple threats?
It was great to see Stephen get going like he did, especially in the beginning of the game. Obviously, he had been struggling. You know, players go through things like that, but Stephen is an incredible teammate, incredible player, and he showed tonight while he's one of the best players in this league.
Justin, we had 8,000 plus fans present here at the Mall of Asia Arena. Do you have people to thank or to greet?
Thank you for your support. We definitely couldn't do it without you. Thanks for the energy, and we're going to try to keep winning games and try to get to the championship.
Thank you so much. Congratulations to you and the rest of Barangay Ginebra. Let's now turn it over to Eileen with our winning coach.
Congratulations, Coach Tim Cone. You were able to set the tone from the get-go with early catch-and-shoot opportunities. Would you say it is the same opportunities that allowed you to sustain the lead and close out today's game?
Yeah, I don't think that, in a finals game, I don't think everybody realizes how difficult it is to get an early lead and keep that lead all the way through the game. It's really hard to do in a finals game. So I got to tip my cap to our players. Stephen got us going and early, and then I thought RJ really orchestrated well tonight. Did a tremendous job orchestrating the game, and it was the third game in 5 days, but we basically only played 5 or 6 guys tonight in heavy minutes. So, they reached deep, knowing that this can be a pivotal game in the series. So, a lot of good things happened to us tonight, and we're pleased to come out with a victory.
With the series tied at 1 apiece, ang Game 3 po ay ginanap sa loob ng Mall of Asia Arena on this blessed Sunday for some championship basketball. Ito po ang 2026 PBA Commissioners Cup Finals live on RBTV, presented by Sports 5. First quarter of this game featured Stephen Holt. He was struggling through the first 2 ones, but he lit it up in that first frame.
15 points for Stephen Holt in the first quarter. Grabe, hindi nagmintis from the 3-point area. Naka 4 points pa. Ito si Stephen Holt.
Hindi lang si Holt, pati si Brownlee naka-10 puntos in that first frame. Ginebra took it 35-16. Ang bumuhay para dito sa TNT si Roger Ray Pogoy. Si McCullough was limited to just 2 points in that first quarter, but Roger Ray at least gave them some semblance of life.
RR Pogoy, 5 puntos para dito sa TNT in that first quarter. It was tough for them because Barangay Ginebra was just guns a-blazing. They were moving that basketball. They were a step ahead of TNT all throughout.
78% shooting from the field resulted in that 19-point lead para sa Ginebra. Pagdating ng second quarter, dito na nagising yung import ng TNT Tropang 5G. Struggling in the first 2 points, ayan na ang kanyang ganda.
Hindi makashoot sa labas nung una itong si Chris McCullough. Ang maganda dito, in the second quarter, dire-diretso siya sa loob. 12 or 14 of the 26 points ng TNT nanggaling sa points in the paint.
21 puntos para kay McCullough in that second quarter. Stephen Holt, pagbalik niya in the second, di pa siya tapos.
Stephen Holt with that little step back, you knew that he was focused in today's ball game. Nakita natin kung gaano ka-importante na makauna sila. A good start for them continuing on here in the second quarter. Hindi nga natin masyadong na-mention. Japet Aguilar playing the best game for himself dito sa finals with 8 points at that point in time.
Another rim rocker mula dito kay Japet. At 38 years old, he can still definitely get it done. Lumamang ng 22 si Ginebra pero nag-5-0 run ng TNT before tayo mag-break. Roger Pogoy, dyan nagsimula mag-init.
Well, that second quarter, nakita natin, sinubukan lumaban ng TNT but Barangay Ginebra just had enough in them to keep that cushion of 17 points.
Pagdating ng third quarter, we pick it up with under 9 minutes remaining in that frame. It was just a 13-point lead for Ginebra. JB makes it 15.
11 points para kay Justin Brownlee in the third quarter, making it look so easy. They threw a lot of different guys on him, pero end of the day, nakapuntos pa rin si Justin Brownlee.
Near the halfway mark of the third, Chris McCullough found for himself a 3-point play opportunity. Hindi sumusuko ng ganun-ganun lang. Etong TNT, they ended up tying Ginebra at 26-26 for that third quarter scoring. Roger Ray Pogoy, pag-upo ni McCullough, biglang 3 sunod na 3.
Well, alam na siya ang kinakailangan pumuntos. You could see the fire in his eyes, yung aggressiveness, yung focus na subukan ibalik ang kanyang koponan, and he tried to do that all the way till the end of the third quarter.
At the end of 3, the score was 85-68. Fourth quarter action coming up. Under 7 minutes remaining here in Game 3. Roger Ray Pogoy once again making noise here. And that cut their deficit to just 8. With the shot clock winding down para sa Barangay Ginebra, they needed a miracle to stop the bleeding. Cue RJ.
RJ Abarientos. Alam naman natin, he can hit those shots. And he hit it once again, a 4-point shot. Ito yung sinasabi natin. Yung TNT, sinusubukan bumalik. Kala nila may momentum na sila, pero may RJ Abarientos. Kanina 4 points, ngayon ang gandang assist dito kay Justin Brownlee.
Justin Brownlee with a monster ball game, 41 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. But to get them out of the woods, it was again RJ.
RJ Abarientos, yan ang sinasabing, that's the dagger. At that time, RJ Abarientos just in the flow of the ball game, getting another 3.
Justin Brownlee down low. Import netong TNT na si McCullough, naka-44. Sinigurado ni JB, siya rin MF40 piece. What ball movement, what execution, and what determination once again para dito sa Ginebra. Justin Brownlee doing Justin Brownlee things. 116-102, your final score. Barangay Ginebra halfway to the championship dito sa ating Commissioner's Cup. TNT though, they've got 2 days to prepare for Game 4, and that will all happen on Wednesday at the Smart Araneta.
everyone. It's Carla Lizardo Sulit welcoming you back to our live chat party for our Season 50 Commissioners Cup Finals right here on our One Sports YouTube channel presented by TapTap. Ang ating final score, Ginebra sending a strong message to TNT here today to take a 2-1 lead, 116 to 102. And despite TNT getting to cut the lead down to single digits in the fourth quarter, Ginebra just kept on firing. Hindi sila bumitaw and they remain consistent to take a 2-1 lead here in our final series. And did you know that we had 8,607 fans watching live at the Mall of Asia Arena, and of course all the thousands of PBA fans watching online as well. Thank you for watching the game live here on our One Sports YouTube channel. And yung 18,607 gate attendance natin sa MOA is the most this season for any venue and 10th all-time most at the MOA Arena. That is how exciting our final series is between these two powerhouse teams. So keep on watching and tutukan natin ang series na to see who will be named our Season 50 Commissioners Cup champions. Now let's look at the stats. Saan nga ba nakakuha ng panalo ang Barangay Ginebra here today? They outscored TNT on all fronts, rebounding lamang din sila 45 to 39, assists moving the ball better 27 to 22, steals 10 to 3. Points off turnovers, really maximizing all those turnovers committed by TNT here tonight, 20 to 9, as well as their second chance points, 14 to 9. Make that 18,607 kanina, yung gate attendance sa Mall of Asia Arena. Now for our top players, we had Justin Brownlee, who was named best player of the game, 41 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, and 3 steals, 0 turnovers in this victory para dito sa Barangay Ginebra. Hands down, best player of the game. But of course, he had a lot of help from his teammates today. Holt with 23 points, 4 rebounds, hitting 5 out of 8 from the 3-point area. We have Thompson with 17 points, 11 rebounds, and 11 assists. Abarrientos with 15 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists. On the other end of the floor, para dito sa TNT, McCullough had 44 big points, unfortunately falling short para dito to get the win here in game number 3. He had 13 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 blocks. Pugoy had 28 points, 7 out of 12 three-pointers. Heading had 11 points and 5 assists. Now let's check out the highlights from the second half. In the third quarter, TNT down by 50, and Chris McCullough has been shooting well para dito sa TNT. He gets the ball, shoots from deep. Despite TNT trailing, he's trying to close that gap here in the third quarter, but here comes Justin Brownlee para dito sa Barangay Ginebra. Under the basket, gets it going with that tough basket, continuing to pull away ang Barangay Ginebra kontra TNT here in the third quarter. Last few seconds in the third, RR Pugoy fires from deep. That is his third three-pointer as he starts stepping up para dito sa TNT. In the third quarter, he was one of the top scorers for them here in this game. Moving on to the fourth, RR Pugoy starts the fourth quarter with another shot from the outside. But here comes RJ Abarrientos na nagparamdam na naman with lots of clutch shots here in the fourth. Shoots a 4 for Ginebra as TNT tries to continue to trim the deficit here. But Justin Brownlee will continue to do Justin Brownlee things. He widens Ginebra's lead once again off that assist from RJ Abarrientos. Barangay Ginebra up 108 to 93. RR Pugoy will hit his own 4. TNT trying to do everything to claw back here in this game. But Justin Brownlee once again to the rescue of Barangay Ginebra, adding another bucket to Ginebra's lead, and that will seal the deal para dito sa Barangay Ginebra, taking a 2-1 lead here in this best-of-7 final series. Now it's time for some shout-outs sa ating mga viewers. Hi to Mariam from Las Piñas. We have Abigail shouting out her boyfriend, Ken. We have KJ Kate from Kawit Cavite. Isaiah from Rizal. April Cruz. April is giving a shout-out from Kathy. Ito pala, Kathy is shouting out April. Medyo nalito ako dyan. Rolando from Pampanga. Espiritu family is watching from Tarlac. We have Danny from QC. The Agustino Abad family watching from South Cotabato. We also have Noah from Brunei. Sabi ni Rex, happy birthday to Riza. We have Alexis, shout out from South Korea with Rod, Charlie, and Michael. They were cheering for TNT here in this game. Don't worry, this is a best of 7 final series. May chance pang bumawi ang TNT. Sabi naman ni NBAJ, he's watching from UK. Let's go, Ginebra. Congratulations sa mga Ginebra fans. You are very happy tonight. And si Robina naman, shout out from Singapore, Ginebra, all the way. All right, thank you so much for watching our live and joining our live chat party dito sa ating One Sports YouTube channel. I'm inviting everyone to join our next PBA live chat that will happen on Finals Game 4, Barangay Ginebra San Miguel versus TNT Tropang 5G on Wednesday, June 10, 7:35 p.m. ang ating tip-off at the Smart Araneta Coliseum because the awarding of Best Import and Best Player of the Conference will happen at 7:30 p.m. Alam kong maraming nag-aabang dyan. So keep watching all our coverages here on our One Sports YouTube channel. Before we go, reminding everyone to check out TapTapSend para sa mabilis, safe at sulit na padala to the Philippines. Download TapTapSend, the trusted remittance best friend of OFWs worldwide. This is a digital money transfer and walang transfer fee to mobile banks and e-wallets. And for the latest in the world of sports, please follow One Sports on YouTube, Facebook, X, Reddit, Instagram, and on TikTok. Thanks for joining me tonight, and I'll catch you on the game so Wednesday.
For every Filipino fan, there's one app made just for you. Watch the biggest games live. UAAP, PBA, PVL, and more on your preferred device anytime, anywhere. Go beyond the game with originals and shorts. All these and more for only $149 a month. Scan the QR code and type "Get Started" to proceed.